Pillars of Eternity 1 Ultimate Edition Guide, 100% walkthrough of the entire game. What we're gonna cover is absolutely everything. All quests, main quests, side quests, bounties, loot, everything that you can think about, including the order of how you should do things in a game. This is probably my biggest guide ever for a video game, and I did quite a lot of them so far. Let's not waste time, let's go. Before we start with the video, I got a new channel about my cat. It's not a gaming channel, but it's a relaxing channel with a lot of gaming music, so you can chill out while doing something else. So, if you have a daughter, mother, sister, even your mother-in-law, recommend them the channel. They also gonna like it, as well as if you have cats. It will be something like a cat TV as well. Your cats will have fun too. Thanks up front for subscribing on a new channel. Let's go to the video. So the very first thing we want to cover here is the legend of the entire guide, where you can easily see what are the easy encounters, harder encounters, hardest encounters, bosses, dragons, puzzles, where the companions are, where the bounties are, hidden traps, hidden loot, chests, materials, crafting materials, and so on. All of this will be presented in this guide. This would be the world map of Pillars 1, the main campaign, and the White Marsh 1 and 2 DLCs. This is how it's supposed to look like once you do the entire game. All of the areas in the game are on this map. At the start of the game, you will spend most of the time on the first map, and you unlock the White Marsh DLCs once you click on a tile here and the entire new world opens up. But in the first 50-60 hours, you will be on the main map. These would be the recommended levels for every single map in the game, from level 1 to 2 to 4, so you know when you're supposed to be in the area. It doesn't matter what difficulty you play on, but I created this guide for the Pot of the Damned difficulty, and this is how it's supposed to look like. Pay attention on level requirements for every map. Now we're gonna cover where we can find companions. Early on in the game, you can find Alot and Adair in Gilded Vale. After that, in Magrans Fork, you're gonna find Durgans. And before you enter Caed Nua, you're gonna find Kana. After that, you're gonna find Sagani, Palegina. Sagani would be in Wooded Plains, Palegina in Ondras Gift into Defiance Bay, and the Grieving Mother in Dyrford Village, as well as Hiravias in a Stormwall Gorge. Wizard would be Alot, Adair would be a fighter, Durgans is a priest, Kana is a chanter, Palegina is a paladin, Sagani would be ranger, Hiravias is a druid, and Grieving Mother is a cipher. Once you collect all of the companions, then you can start exploring throughout all of the maps in the game. The DLC offers 3 companions. That would be Zahua as a monk. He can be found in Stalwart Village, which we're gonna cover every single position of every companion later on. Manecha, which would be a barbarian, also found in Stalwart Village. And at the very end of Durgans Battery, we can find a rogue named Devil of Karok. So these would be all companions in Pillars 1. And their locations on the map. The order of things and how we're supposed to do the world map. So we start from Cleon Lee, we go to Valewood, finish, go to Gilded Vale, get companions, go to Magrans Fork, get another companion, go to Black Meadow, pass through it, go straight to Caed Nua, conquer Caed Nua. Then we're collecting companions to Wooden Plain, to Stormwall Gorge, Dyrford Village, all of this contains companions. You're going back to Caed Nua. From Caed Nua, you go to Anslogs Compass, get some soulbound items from a trader. Then you go to the Defiance Bay, collect Palegina in Ondras Gift, and then it's time to finish the map. How you're supposed to do it: first, you finish up the northwest part, then the southwest part, okay? Then you finish the southeast part, and then you transfer to the DLC. That would be northeast. That's the order of how you should do the map. Of course, you can do it in any other order as well, but this is the most optimal order. This would be the main map of the DLC, the White Marsh 1 and the White Marsh 2, and all the locations that you can visit in the DLC. That's absolutely great and huge. The most important thing by far in the entire game is to reach Caed Nua as fast as possible, so you can form your main hub there, so you can start building your castle. Let's see how Caed Nua looks like. This would be your main hub. Caed Nua. Caed Nua consists out of the surface level, okay, where you get all of these buildings to upgrade and so on, where you get to speak with your companions, collect quests, etc. And you got under the Caed Nua, you got Odd Nua. One entrance is through the fort, the other entrance is from the door over here by the church. Odd Nua consists out of 15 levels that go down under the castle, which are probably the best part in the game. Pure dungeon crawling part. We're gonna cover everything in this guide. This is where the game starts, in Cilant area, or better to say, the game starts in the encampment. Okay, so from the encampment you get the main quest, you speak with everyone in the camp here, then you go up here, you finish the main quest, do what needs to be done, finish the quest here, finish the quest here. Once you're done with these 2 and 2 mini encounters, you go back, you complete the quest, and the game opens up so you can go further into the dungeon. What is important to say here? Question mark would be secrets, flowers are crafting materials, you need to loot all of this, and classic chests and their locations are shown on the map. Once we enter the door, we're starting from over here. This is the Cilant dungeon where we're gonna loot all of these chests. You have 1 mini encounter, 2, 3, 4 mini encounters. These are easy encounters basically in the tutorial area. And there is one big trap here. You're gonna need light to light all of this up. You have another fight over here, 1 secret, loot the chest, loot all of the chests, go through the blue door, enter the ruins. Here the main quest starts, or better to say the actual game starts. You're gonna loot all of the materials, and off we go. The bounty here is for much later on in a game. This is like you're gonna receive this bounty after like 70 or 80 hours in a game, so you will need to backtrack and come to Cilant ruins again to finish the bounty at exactly this location. This is the main quest, and once we exit on a red door down here, the entire new world map opens up. So now from Cilant we're going to Valewood. Let's check out Valewood. So this would be the map of Valewood. What's important to do in Valewood? It's important that you speak with the NPC here and save him, because later on you're gonna find him in the inn for a reward in the next area, or better to say in Gilded Vale. So this is the first thing that you want to do. Of course, loot all the chests, get the secrets. Okay, you get question mark here. Here you see where the encounters are. There's some Xaureps, there's even a bounty, but that's for later on in the game where you're gonna need to backtrack and come back to Valewood to finish this bounty. As well as tons of crafting materials, as well as 1 mini quest that can be found at the south part of the map. Also, what's important to say is this door, or better to say entrance to the cave. Green door leads us to the cave, which is extremely hard fight. What's the recommended level for this? Definitely at least 2 or 3 levels above your current level when you enter Valewood, because this is really a disgusting fight, but it has a lot of good loot. So when you're gonna come here, level 4, level 5, give or take, depends on the difficulty, but don't do it straight away because it's practically impossible, especially on Path of the Damned difficulty. So have in mind that you need to finish this battle as well. Pay attention on enemies' locations, placements, and what are the harder fights in a game. The only hard fight is actually the cave in Valewood. From Valewood we're gonna exit, and we're going to the Gilded Vale. So now we're going straight from Valewood south to Gilded Vale. This would be your main objective, Gilded Vale. There's a lot of things to do in Gilded Vale, bunch of NPCs to speak with. You can see them on the map here in red, in white. You can see where you collect quests, for example, for the windmill. Then you're gonna go to the inn, you have the doors, yellow door for the inn, where you enter the inn, orange door, you enter the house, you collect the quest here as well, then you go to the blacksmith, collect the quest on blacksmith, and you go for the bear quest in Valewood, the cave that I told you about, so you can finish up that quest as well, but you're gonna need to backtrack on a previous map. Also, don't forget to loot all the secrets, all the chests, all of the crafting materials, you see what's where, basically, and of course, the main objective objective is to go for Alot and to recruit there. So you're gonna need to recruit both of them before you exit Gilded Vale. So finish all quests, collect all quests in the game. The only real quest that you can actually finish is the windmill. Everything else requires different maps. Okay, Bear requires Valewood, this requires some other map, and so on. Main objective is the tree. So when you enter Gilded Vale, you go to this NPC, you speak with a tree, or better to say with a ghost, and then you recruit there and Alot. And then you can get out of the map once you collected all quests that exists on Gilded Vale. Also, later on, there is a dungeon, the green door over here. We're gonna cover it later. Do not enter the dungeon, it's pointless, because we're gonna need Durans and Kana as companions. Yeah, with blue NPCs would be traders. You need to check the legend again that I gave in a video. But basically, you can rest here and then you can get out of Gilded Vale and go for Durans. So now, from Gilded Vale, we're going straight to Magrans Fork. This would be Magrans Fork. And the most important part that you need to do in Magrans Fork is to go straight to the middle of the map, get the secret and recruit Durans. As far as secret goes, if you don't discover a secret, it means that your mechanics is low. You gotta have high mechanics on one of your companions. I recommend Alot or Adair to have mechanics if your main is out of mechanics. So everywhere where you see question mark and nothing happens when you play, that's because you cannot spot those secrets. You need bloody mechanics. So collect Durans, do all of these fights over here. There's only one slightly harder fight in this area in the middle. All of the other fights are absolutely easy. This would be Kolsch quest, that's for later on in the game, but visit the barrack and loot inside. And Ludrana's quest, that would be for later on as well, for the Defiance Bay. So you're gonna need to backtrack in Magrans Fork as well. At least you know where the locations are. And of course, there's also one more bounty on this map, which you're gonna go back later on and do it, but it's quite hard, so have in mind that this is not a bounty for early game. Do not forget to loot all of the crafting materials, and off we go. So from Magrans Fork, we're going to the Black Meadow, and we continue towards Caed Nua. Now we go to the Black Meadow, let's see. This would be the Black Meadow. You're gonna start from here, do all of these mini fights, collect all of these secrets, do all of the loot and everything that exists basically. And there is a bounty for much later on in the game where you're gonna need to backtrack. There is a Gilded Vale blacksmith quest in this area, and this would be here. There you need to collect some tools and go back to Gilded Vale for that extra experience, yeah? Because remember, this game only gives XP by disarming traps, finding new areas and resolving quests. You don't get XP out of flat combat. Do not forget to get all of the crafting materials. You see the locations and the chests. Basically, there are no hard fights in a game. The hardest fight would be here with blacksmith chest. Also, what I wanted to say is this part of the game, which is mega late game. That's once you're done with Caed Nua, you're gonna come back here if you make a deal with a dragon. But this is much later on. We're gonna cover it later. Also, the location of the bounty for later on in the game is in this area right over here, and that would be the Black Meadow. Also, this is Grimda's quest, and this is where you end Grimda's quest. Grimda can be found in Defiance Bay. You're gonna need to backtrack to Black Meadow, and this is where you can finish the quest as well if you opt in to take the scroll to the Dragon Corpse. Anyways, let's go to the exit here and go to Caed Nua, your main hub. So, from Black Meadow, we're going to Caed Nua, in the middle of the map. Welcome to Caed Nua. To conquer Caed Nua and make it your castle, you will need to reach Mirwold, which is under the fort over here. So when you enter Caed Nua, at the entrance you're gonna find a new companion named Kana, the Chanter. Collect Kana, collect all of these materials, go in, and extremely hard fight is on the left. What I recommend is sneaking and going right over here, finish all of these fights here, then go back from the top and then start the fight from up here. So make a full circle like this and then do the hardest fight in Caed Nua, not the other way around. Also, plenty of people on this difficulty straight up ignore fighting. Okay, because you don't need to fight every fight, you just need to reach Mirwold to conquer the castle, and all of those shadows will disappear from Caed Nua. But if you like doing everything like I do, then go down, up, finish, and then go to the yellow door and get inside. Once we go to the yellow door, get inside to the main hall, we want to clear the fight, which is quite hard as well. Loot the chests, speak over here, because this is the main quest. Go down to the basement, the green door. Now, in the prison, there's like mini fights with spiders, I believe, if I remember well. Just clear them all out, basically all easy fights, right click fights. Get down, and the moment when you enter Caed Nua level 1, you don't want to explore the map because it's a huge map. All you want to do is go straight to the door, first door on your right, and trigger the conversation with Mowrghek. Once you're done with Mowrghek, it's quite a hard fight. You're gonna become a master of Caed Nua. Then you're gonna go up, speak with a statue, and the real game actually begins now, at this moment. Once Caed Nua is fully upgraded, after like 60 hours in a game, this is how it's supposed to look like. So what's important to say, the most important things to say, you have the doors, you have the color of the doors and where they lead you, and all of the traders. You got a trader in each of these barracks as you upgrade them. Your companions are here in the hut in the Bright Hollow, purple door, where you can speak with all of them. And the bounties, you collect the bounties down here, so the blue door, you enter here, you collect bounties. Once you finish bounties on the world map, you're gonna come back here and get the reward. Experience, gold, items, and so on. This is like the most important part in a game as far as side objectives go, because it gives tremendous amount of coin that you're gonna need. Also, you'll always want to go to the war room, which would be the orange door, okay? Speak with a statue non-stop, and there's a lot of different quests it's gonna trigger along the way. Visit your war room often. When I say often, I mean every time when you go back home to Caed Nua, after you've done some map, you want to visit the war room, okay? There's also the library, there's the barracks, and so on. Explore. There is basically nothing to miss. Just explore every area in detail. I told you what's the most important, it's the bounties. And this is how it's supposed to look like once everything is upgraded. You're gonna need to upgrade all of these buildings, and they cost a lot. So that's why I say bounties produce money, money produces upgrades for Caed Nua. From Caed Nua, we got two options of how to play the game and where to go. Option number 1 is backtrack, finish everything in Black Meadow, Magrans Fork, Gilded Vale, the dungeon in Gilded Vale, kill the bear in Valewood, then collect all of the experience from Gilded Vale, okay? That's option number 1. Option number 2 is to go from Caed Nua to collect Sagani, the druid, and the grieving mother, okay, to collect the rest of the companions, and then go back. What do I recommend? Whatever, okay, whatever you think is right. What would I recommend, like the best option? The best option would be Caed Nua to Wooden Plains, get Sagani, get out, go back to Caed Nua, and then finish the entire part of this map before you decide to move on to the Defiance Bay city, because the area is absolutely huge. But this is your choice. Again, there is an order of how you can do stuff, but you don't need to do it that way. Now, let's say we pick an option where we're gonna just collect Sagani, and then we're gonna finish the northwest part of the map, because that's the maximum party number, okay? Because you only need one more spot, and Sagani is close by, and then we're gonna do all of this. So let's go from Caed Nua to Wooden Plains and get Sagani. Here we are in Wooden Plains. Sagani is straight in the middle of the map. This is where one of the bounties is, and later on there is an upgrade for the soulbound armor in White Marsh 2 that would be like in 90 hours from this moment. On this location you're gonna be able to upgrade the soulbound armor that you can find much later on in the game. So what is the main objective here? Go here, down the road, get Sagani, and now you can opt in to play all of this. There's a lot of combat, a lot of chests, a lot of materials. There's one disgusting fight in this area as well. Or you can just forget about everything and back to the northwest part of the map. Also, there is the key to the Stormwall location here, but you need to trigger the Defiance Bay quest in order to find the key. And there is also Grim the Thieves Scroll. If you remember the map where I said about the dead dragon, This is the location where you come first, you get the scroll, you speak to Grimda in Defiance Bay, I'll show you the location later on, and then you go and place the scroll at the dragon's corpse. That's one way how you can resolve the quest. Also, you don't need to do it, you can resolve the quest in any other way, but this would be the locations as far as Wooden Plain goes with its side quests. We came here for Sagani. Do whatever you like here and in what order you think, but let's go back to Caed Nua and we're gonna finish all the west part of the game, the entire west-north part of the game. So now, when we got Sagani in Wooden Plains, we go back to Caed Nua, we rest well, okay? We collect all the quests, we upgrade the castle and so on, and from Caed Nua, we're going straight to Gilded Vale. Once we're in Gilded Vale, we can finish the blacksmith quest, because we got the tools now, yeah? And from here, we're gonna go down here, the green door that you see, and we're gonna enter the dungeon. The dungeon name under the Gilded Vale is the Temple of Eothas. In the Temple of Eothas there is an NPC. This is the entry point, and this is the NPC you speak with. He gives you a quest, and off you go for some dungeon crawling. So pay attention. There's a lot of chests, there's a lot of secrets, there's a lot of combat, okay? And how you should do it. You clear out all of the easier fights. Then there is a very hard fight here. You leave it for the last. Once you're done with all of this, disarm traps, get the secrets and so on, there is a puzzle. Solution to the bells puzzle is right, middle, left and right. The door opens. Blue door, get downstairs. From blue door, we go here. This is where the second part of the Temple of Eothas starts, or better to say level 2. Level 2 is full with shades, shadows and so on, a lot of fights, so clear out the easy fights, get those traps for the XP, get the chests, get everything that you can, and once you clear this room, there is a valve. Once you remove the valve, water will disappear. You're gonna go down, collect all the items, traps, chests, everything that you see over here. Once you're done with this entire segment, then you move through this door, go down the road, fight again, and the quest that the NPC gave you at the start of the Temple of Eothas is resolved at this spot. Your choice, what you're gonna do with the NPC later on. So now, when we did what we could here, we're going down, there is a button. If you cannot open the door, there is a button here, you can click and open the door. Then we go up, there is a disgusting fight at the end of the map. Once you win the fight, loot, yellow door, we exit to this area here, pull the lever, open the door, and go to the NPC, finish the Temple of Eothas. It's much easier when you have a full team setup than at the start of the game when you have only Adair and Alot. In this case, you'll enter Temple of Eothas with Alot, Adair, Kana, Durans, and Sagani. So, full team setup, including you, 6 in a party, it should be a cakewalk. Once we're done with Temple of Eothas, we go out Green Door, and from Gilded Vale, we're going back to do the bear quest. So, from Gilded Vale, we go north to Valewood at the very first map in the game, and we enter the cave, get the bear, finish the quest, go back to Gilded Vale again. Now here in Gilded Vale, all you need to do is finish the quest with a bear, and you're good to go. We can start exploring the map. Esternwood is a very small map in a game. It doesn't offer much. There's some simple combat here and there. There is one harder fight, and there is a bounty for much later on in a game, but this is the location where the bounty is in Esternwood. And there is a secret, yeah. Once we're done with all of this, if you accepted the quest to help people against the king of Gilded Vale, then the NPC will wait for you. If not, there won't be an NPC here and you're gonna do it on your own. That all depends out of your choices. Anyways, this is where you can find the NPC. So we got a bunch of materials to collect, some simple fights, a secret, and a bounty for much later on, and that would be Esternwood. Now from Esternwood, now it's time that we go straight to Anslogs Compass. So trigger Magrans Fork. Once you go south in Magrans Fork, Anslogs Compass will open up. So let's see the Anslogs Compass. Anslogs Compass is one of the best areas in the game as far as loot goes. This is where you're gonna become very powerful. One of the Gilded Vale side quests is here, as well as some great merchants. Great merchants, I mean this one over here. He sells soulbound gear. extremely powerful gear. You want to have money, you want to have at least 15,000 copper before you enter the map so you can buy all of those beautiful soulbound gear. This is the most important part of the map. Also, the quest is inside the cave in the middle. This is the cave, there's some shrooms, you're gonna collect the quest. You're gonna go back to this guy over here, then he's gonna send you over here to kill some Xaureps. Once you finish the quest, once you do all of this fight, there's some ghouls down here, as well as a lot of chests. As far as I can tell, there's only one secret in the cave in the entire map, and that's about it. You see where the materials are, where the NPCs are, where the merchants are. Just take care of this fight over here, because you can trigger a lot of ghouls at the same time. Xaureps, there's a lot of them here, but they should not pose any problem, because they're very squishy. The advice, kill the priest, and then they all drop. Xaurep priest. The worst fight, by far, is, of course, the shroom in the cave because of the charm and dominate, so good luck with that. But once you're done, there's a lot of XP and you can go back to Gilded Vale and finish the quest. Also, there is a bounty in the cave much later on in the game. You're gonna need to backtrack to Anslogs Compass again once you receive the bounty in Caed Nua, so have that in mind as well. So now, when we're done with all of that, what we need to do is go back to Gilded Vale again. So now, from Anslogs Compass, we're going to Gilded Vale. Why are we in Gilded Vale? Because once we did the quest in Anslogs Compass, now we go back to this house over here, we finish the quest, we get extra experience. We need XP, that's the only way you get the XP, yeah, and you need to level up as fast as you can. Now, we can say that Gilded Vale is done. We did all the side quests in Gilded Vale and did the dungeon, did the Temple of Eothas, better to say, collected companions, all of the loot, everything there is. You can check the blacksmith for some extra gear and so on, or you can decide to sell here as well. We are nearly done with northwest part of Pillars of Eternity 1. What is left? What's left is Madhmr Bridge, of course. So we got Madhmr Bridge left, and then everything is done in this area. There is also Readric's Hold. When you're gonna play, this is your choice. Now, why do I say this? You can finish the Defiance Bay first, the entire Defiance Bay, and then you can go to Readric's Hold. But then Readric's Hold is gonna be a slightly easier map. So if you want more challenge, you're gonna finish Readric's Hold, and then you're gonna do the Defiance Bay. No matter how you put it, Readric's Hold makes Defiance Bay easier. Defiance Bay makes Readric's Hold easier. What do I recommend? Those that enjoy combat will go for Readric's Hold and have a proper challenge. Those that enjoy conversations, quests, trading and so on, they're gonna go to Defiance Bay first and then they're gonna stomp Readric's Hold. But we are in from Gilded Vale to Black Meadow. From Black Meadow you go south to Madhmr Bridge. Let's see what's Madhmr Bridge. Welcome to Madhmr Bridge. Madhmr Bridge is not that important. There is one quest in the middle. You receive the quest, you go down, you finish the quest. It's close by. I don't want to spoil. There is combat. You see where the exclamation points are. All of these are easy fights. There is only one slightly harder fight down here, and that's about it. Do not forget to get the secret on the broken bridge to get all of these chests and all of the crafting materials, and later on, when you receive a bounty in Caed Nua, you need to backtrack to Madhmr Bridge and finish the bounty for extra gold and experience. That would be the entire Madhmr Bridge. You see everything that you can loot here is shown on the map. We're done with the entire northwest part of the map that includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maps, 9 including Caed Nua. So where do we go? What do we do? 3 options. As I said, Readric's Hold, then Defiance Bay, then Readric's Hold, or ignore both and go Wooden Plains, Stormwall Gorge, Dyrford Village to collect Grieving Mother. What I recommend, because there's 6 in a team, you go straight to do Readric's Hold to have some proper challenge. And let's do Readric's Hold now. This would be Readric's Hold. I know it's a lot, but it's very detailed. I was paying attention to. There is absolutely everything on this map that you need to know about. So what is important to say? You're gonna start from here. There are 3 ways into Readric's Hold. Brute force through the middle, sneak going up here in the fort, then go through here, or go through the sewers. What do I recommend? I recommend sneaking, doing all of these crafting materials, loot them, go through the sewers, and you see the color of the door. We enter here, and this is where we're gonna pop, okay, into the Readrics hold dungeons. And I recommend doing dungeons first. The reason is very simple. There's a lot of traps, which would be there's a lot of XP. Yeah, and you might even level up into Readrics hold dungeon. Once we're done with dungeon, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 harder fights and 4, 5, 6 easier fights. You wanna disarm all of the traps, get all of the loot and so on. There's a lot of loot, by the way, and there is one mini boss fight over here in this area. And once we're done with all of that, there's gonna be 3 exits, basically, believe it or not, because everything is connected. You follow the color of the door. So purple door leads to here, blue door leads to here, okay, behind Readric. This door leads to here. Your choice how you wanna do it. Basically, what we should try to do is go up to Readric's Sanctuary. There are multiple ways to go. You can also go outside now and finish all of this, okay? And then go to the armory. You see where the door is. Collect all the items in the armory, because this is like the smallest room, and then go to the Readric Sanctuary. This is your choice. There's a lot of combat no matter where you go. Also, much later on in the game, like when you're max level, a quest for the huge boss will open up, and this is where the huge boss will wait you in Readric's hold. So this is not for now. There is no big boss in the area now. It's when you're max level, basically, so don't pay attention to this. It's much later on. Anyways, we wanna do the Sanctuary before we go to the Keep. Keep is where Readric is. You can see the icon for Readric here as a big boss. What we wanna do is reach Readric's Sanctuary through the yellow door. This is the door we're gonna pick, okay? So how can we do it? From the outside, we go through the rooftops, we do the armory, we enter the yellow door, we enter the sanctuary, and we finish the entire sanctuary. Speak with the NPC here, get the hidden loot, get all of these chests and so on, and then we use the purple door and go straight behind Readric. That's one of the ways to go to Readric fast, by ignoring all of this. But would I recommend? I would not. I would recommend fighting. Why? Because enemies here are most humans, okay? And they leave stuff. They leave items that you can sell. You need items to sell. You need money. So what I would recommend basically is once you're done with the sanctuary, go back the same line and then start from the middle. Clean all the fights. Enter the main door like a brute. Clean everything here. And then at the very end, once the entire map is cleared, then you fight Readric. That's the biggest amount of loot that you can get. Not only the biggest amount of XP, but the biggest amount of loot for coin. That would be the Readric's hold. As I said, the big boss on max level, you receive a message in Caed Nua when it's time to go back and do the boss fight in Readric's hold. This is the location over here at the top of the castle. Readric's hold is done. The entire segment of the game is done, including Madhmr's Bridge, Compass, all of this is done. Where do we go? We go down to the wooden plains, we clean the entire wooden plains, then we go to the bridge and we enter the Defiance Bay. So we're gonna go in order here. The next is a huge area. Defiance Bay is the city where you're gonna spend the rest 2 or 3 days playing only in the city. So now from Caed Nua we're going to Wooden Plains and then to Aedelwan Bridge, so we can enter the Defiance Bay. Wooden Plains is where we found Sagani, so you can check where the encounters are, where the quests are, quest locations, and a harder fight that we get, all the materials, and let's go to the bridge. So there is not much to say about Aedelwan Bridge. We got crafting material, 2 chests, and Pallegina quest, your companion quest. Once you are deep into the city, it's gonna trigger. There is slightly harder fight here, and that's about it, but it's for later on. What we're gonna do is go through the door and go to the first district. The first district that we're gonna go to is Copperlane. Defiance Bay consists out of 5 districts: Copperlane, First Fires, Heritage Hill, Ondras Gift, and Brackenbury. We are into Copperlane. So here we are at Copperlane. This is a huge district with a lot of houses to visit and the inn and whatnot. We're starting from over here, speak with the NPC, go straight into the inn. That would be the orange door. Once inside the inn name is Goose and Fox. We're gonna collect all quests, Pernis quest, this quest over here. Then we're gonna go upstairs, get a quest upstairs as well, loot all the chests. You can loot them by sneaking, and once we're done with Goose and Fox, we exit. And we're gonna go here, check all the traders. There's 4 traders in Copperlane. After that, we can visit, for example, the Dozens faction. That would be the light blue door. Admet's Den is the name of the area. Collect the quests, check the trader, loot all the chests, get out. And then we can go to the purple door. That would be Pernisk House. This would be floor 1. We start from here. We collected the quest right over here in Goose and Fox Inn. We're gonna do all of this. Speak, go upstairs in Pernisk House, floor number 2. We finish the quest, loot the chests, get down, speak with the NPC here, fight, resolve Pernisk quest, go back to the inn, and finish the quest for some easy XP in Copperlane. That's the easiest XP in Copperlane. Okay, so now, once we're done with this segment, we go down here, we collect the Blade quest, missing Blade quest, and then we go right over here to this NPC and we collect Catacombs quest. So now we got all 3 quests. There is a hidden item here, don't forget to loot it. You need high mechanics if you want a spot. After we're done with all of this, we can do the Blade quest, so pay attention on the sign. For the Blade quest, we're going straight up here, enter the house, blue door, that would be the 2-story job. We finish all of this, loot, do everything, get back, go back, finish the quest. Blade quest. What is left is the Vale's temple, and Lumdala house, which you cannot unlock. That will be the white door. That's for later on in the game. It's closely connected to the detective quest, but you won't trigger this one. You trigger this one in Brackenbury. I'll show you where. So, and Scrivener's dormitory, that would be right over here. Okay, so we got dormitory, blue door, light blue would be the hold of the revealed mysteries. So let's say we enter here, collect all of this, then this is Vale Scroll quest, or better to say this is Grimdala's quest. If you remember the quest that I said, find the thieves, then go back to where the dragon corpses are, that's the quest that's connected to all of this. And later on in Brackenbury, we're gonna receive Nedding's quest to loot something from the treasury chest over here, which is trapped. This is connected to Brackenbury. Later on about it, that's where you can resolve the quest. Anyways, once we're done with all of these chests and so on, the last thing that's gonna remain, because we can't enter Lumdala's house, will be this one, and that would be Scrivener's dormitory. There is a quest in Scrivener's dormitory, is to find Viana, or better to say, later on there's also gonna be a construct quest that's closely connected to the factions in a game, or better to say factions in a Defiance Bay. If you don't do the certain faction, then you won't receive this quest, you're gonna receive some other one. So now it all depends what faction you took. Okay. Anyways, you see where the chests are, what you can loot, where's the hidden stuff, what you should aim for, and the easy XP for Pernisk. And now, when we are done with all of this, the very first thing that we're gonna do and we're gonna visit would be the catacombs. Okay, so let's go down to the catacombs. So pay attention now for the catacombs. Catacombs consists out of this area that's connected with the Copperlane, the entrance to the catacombs. Also, catacombs from this entrance where the Copperlane is also connected to Lumdala's house, the house that we could not enter, but you need a specific quest in order to enter Lumdala's house. Also, Catacombs is connected to the Temple of Woedica that goes to the First Fires district. That's a lot of info, but that's how it is and that's how the game connects districts. So from the entrance in the catacombs, what we gonna do? We're just gonna finish this part and we won't go down to the Temple of Woedica because Temple of Woedica is the main quest. We want to finish this for the easy XP. So from the entrance here, go fight. There's plenty of mobs in this area, by the way. Loot, go here. All of the easy fights. finish all of these easy fights, collect all of this, okay? Get up, disarm traps, get the XP, collect chests, cross the bridge, collect, get the quest over here. Again, this is a faction connected quest. Your choice what you want to do with this NPC. Kill him, imprison him, let him go. Your choice. I don't want to meddle there. Anyways, once you're done with the NPC, loot, go up here, kill all of these undead, loot all of this. Once you get down, there is a disgusting fight over here. Very hard fight. When you win, you loot. There is a hidden object as well. Loot, get back, go here. Once later on in the game, I would say level 10 and above, there's gonna be a bounty for the catacombs as well. This is where the bounty location is. You're gonna see the bounty in the journal for the catacombs in Defiance Bay. You need to come here and finish the bounty, but that's later on. We go up. There is a disgusting fight against undead here. Very hard one. Once you win, you loot all. You disarm traps for XP, speak with the NPC, again, your choice now. What you're gonna do with this NPC, whether you're gonna help him out or not. If you decide to help him out, solution is in another district, or you can straight up kill him. Of course, when I said undead, you can already figure out it's a necromancer. Once you're done with all of this, this is a hard fight. You're gonna have a lot of things to loot. And you're done with the first floor of catacombs. This area down here, where the chest is, the blue door, leads to the Temple of Woedica. We do not do the Temple of Woedica. We are going back and we finish other quests, because this is the main quest. We'll leave it for the last. Okay, so up we go to the main map to figure out where to go next. So, we're done with the bridge, we're done with Copperlane and the catacombs part of the Copperlane. Yeah. Now we can go to the First Fires or to the Brackenbury. What do I recommend? First Fires is easier because it's only talking and nothing more. So let's go to the First Fires first, and then we're gonna go to Brackenbury. So First Fires it is. As I said, this is First Fires. It's an easy one. Main quest leads to the Temple of Woedica that connects to the catacombs from Copperlane, if you remember what I said 3 minutes ago. Okay. All you need to do is speak with a ghost here, loot all of the materials, and now we got 3 different things to go to. To the Valian Embassy, that would be the yellow door, to the Ducal Palace, that would be the blue door, and to the Crucible Keep faction, one of the factions in the city. The first one were dozens from Copperlane, all the way up north on the map. Now it's the Crucible. And there is one more faction in Brackenbury later on. So, where do we start? Go to the blue door, or better to say, enter the Ducal Palace. Collect the Dragon Quest immediately. This is not in the Defiance Bay city, it's outside of the city, but collect the quest, because this is a Dragon Hunt quest. And speak with this one as well, collect the quest here. This is Adair's quest, okay? Adair's personal quest. And this is where I said Act 2 ends. It's like later on in the game. Before Act 3 you're gonna come here and end Act 2. But we collected Air's quest, we collect the Dragon quest, we loot the chests. Now from the First Fires we're gonna go straight up to the yellow door, Valian Embassy. We don't have Pelagina yet, because she is in Ondras Gift. We need to recruit Pelagina first and then come here for her own quest. And then if you remember the bridge before we entered Copperlane, I showed you where the quest is located. Okay, we're gonna pester it later on again. So we collect all of these chests, get out, go to the purple door here, enter the Crucible Keep. And now in a Crucible Keep you got a lot of quests. One of the quests is the Heritage Hill quest. A very important one. You cannot finish the game without it, basically. So collect Heritage Hill quest. That's a separate district in the game that we're gonna cover very soon. Collect the Rogue Knight quest, also extremely important. These are the 2 locations where you get the info for the quest. Collect the Blacksmith quest and collect the Constructs quest. Okay, these 2 are connected. Blacksmith with Constructs. You remember where there was in a Copperlane the Construct quest? In Copperlane, Viana, find Viana, Construct quest, here it is, okay? That's the solution for the Construct quest. That's how it is, you need to backtrack from district to district. Back to First Fires, So once we collect all of this, loot all the chests, get everything, okay, and so on, you can also see what the blacksmith sells. Now we collected everything, all quests, we also spoke with a ghost, and now it's time to exit on this door over here and go to Brackenbury district. So we're going from the first fires to Brackenbury. When I collected the quest for the first fires, if you remember for the Heritage Hill, this would be here, but we're gonna leave it for the last. Where are we going? We're going to Brackenbury. Here we are at Brackenbury. Brackenbury looks small, but it's actually a huge map because you can visit a lot of different things, and not to mention that there is a lot of quests as well, and a lot of quests are connected to other districts. In other words, Defiance Bay is disgusting to cover because there's a lot of backtracking. So we entered Brackenbury from here. We enter the purple door. Purple door would be here, okay, this area. So the very first house, purple door, and the arrow up. Arrow up means you can scale up the window or enter from the purple door straight over here, speak with everyone, and so on. There's a Bandits Copperlane letter quest, okay, later on. We're gonna cover that as well. That's from Copperlane. And once we loot all of the chests, we can go up. But if we go up, then they're gonna become aggressive. So if you wanna loot everything that's in this room, you need to get out, scale the window, loot everything. You don't need to open these doors because basically there's nothing to loot, so you don't need to fight them. Yeah. So you just loot all of this and get back down the window, exit, enter the orange door. That would be the inn. The inn. Enter the inn. Collect the medallion quest from the NPC, speak with the innkeeper, see the shop, rest if you want to, get the chests and so on. Inn has two ways to go. One is upstairs, the other one is basement. In the basement there's bandits and chests. Stairs up we can go and we can collect the lighthouse quest. Or better to say, once we reach lighthouse in Ondras Gift, we're gonna have an option to come back here in the inn and deal with the lighthouse without fighting, which I'll explain later on, but that's where the location of the quest is for later on, not for now. So that would be the inn. From the inn we exit, we go down, green door would be right over here, and that would be another faction basically in the game. You enter from here, loot all of the chests. You need to sneak though because everything is stealing. Get on the light blue door, go upstairs, speak here. There is a quest, Hard Feelings, okay, which is in Salty Must. That would be the inn in Ondras Gift. We're gonna cover it later on, so collect the quest for later on. Speak with NPCs and so on. Loot the chest, get out, exit the house. Go down, loot the chest over here, and now the Theorems of Pangram. If you remember what I said for Copperlane, this NPC will give you to steal the Theorems of Pangram. And where are the Theorems of Pangram? Light blue door, right over here. There's the Brackenbury quest, and that's where the scroll is, inside of the trapped chest in Copperlane district. So, once we're done with this NPC, then we have Animancers, and we got the main quest. That would be the white door. We can go to the white door. There is a detective quest here, but you only trigger the quest once the Lady Web calls you. Lady Web is on the second floor, and that's the main quest. So in theory, you need to do the main quest if you want to receive the detective quest, and you unlock Lumdala's house in Copperlane and connect Lumdala's house with Catacombs. So Copperlane, this is Lumdala's house, white door. Detective quest is right over here. So once you collect the detective quest, you go here, trigger, get in, trigger again, okay? And then it's gonna start rolling up. There is one more clue, and I believe it was somewhere in Ondras Gift. We're gonna cover that one as well, but that's how quest is connected, so you can get down to the catacombs again and have the final confrontation with Lumdala. I mean, I already said how it's very hard to cover the Defiance Bay, and it is, trust me, it is, especially to know everything there is about it. So we are in the house where the main quest is. You need to speak with Lady Web. When you gonna speak with Lady Web? When she summons you. When she's gonna summon you? When you do the catacombs, or better to say the Temple of Woedica. And she's gonna give you a different quest once we're done with Temple of Woedica, but we leave Temple of Woedica for the last for a reason. So, once you loot all of these chests and you do all of this, okay, there is this affidavit as well. Then they're gonna make an ambush for you the moment where you step outside of the house, so make sure that you're well rested, alright? And once you're done with the ambush, the last thing that remains is to enter the orange door, or better to say, any Mancers. But okay, so we enter the orange door, we speak with a statue NPC here, we collect the quest, then we speak with this NPC. This is the scepter from Ondras Gift that you're gonna find later on, okay? Then you go with the scepter and give it back. Once we're done with this too and we loot all chests, there is the yellow door. Yellow door leads down to the Necromancer's quest from the Catacombs. If you remember where the undead were, I already showed you where it is. If you didn't kill the Necromancer, then this is where the quest ends. Catacombs quest ends in this room with this NPC downstairs. So this is the building, door, basement, then we trigger here and straight to the Catacombs quest. Your choice how you want to resolve this. I already told you how you can do it with a Necromancer. Get surprised. What can I say? Across this room is another room where Alot's personal quest is, your companion. So make sure that you have Alot in the party. And this door is locked for later on. You're gonna receive a note from the statue right over here. You're gonna receive a note from the NPC where you're gonna be able to finish this part of the map, the Animancers. You can see there's a lot of fighting as well, so I don't cover it later on when it triggers. This is where it ends. It's closely connected to the main quest. This is also connected to the Lady Web. Okay, so there's a lot of combat, a lot of chests. There is a secret here, and there is an NPC that you can speak with to trigger the quest, and that's about it. And of course, all of this is connected. You see the same quest is connected like in 5 spots. So basically start from the south and you go up north until you finish the quest. But again, I say they need to open the door for you and it won't happen until you're done with the Temple of Woedica. Get out of the house and we can say that we're done for Brackenbury for now. But there's gonna be a lot of backtracking, okay? And there's nothing you can do about it. Now we need to do Ondras Gift because there's a lot of quests with Brackenbury connected to Ondras Gift and to Copperlane. So now we're going from Brackenbury straight to Ondras Gift and we only leave Heritage Hill for the last. Let's go to Ondras Gift and get Pallegina, the new companion. Welcome to Ondras Gift. This is not a small area at all. Okay, so you start from here. You see where the chests are. Collect all the chests on the map. You see where all the question marks are. Those would be the secrets. You need high mechanics to discover them. Collect them all. So let's begin. From this part, we're going up here to the blue door. Enter, get the secret, get the chest, get out. Go to the light blue door. Enter, get those chests. This is a Dominel's daughter quest. Okay. The quest from Brackenbury, beat him up, go back to Brackenbury, enter the Dominel's house, here, go upstairs, bam, finish the quest, get the XP, back to Ondras Gift. So we were in the light blue door, so now we're done with the Dominel's daughter. We get out, we go down, secret, bam, this door, enter, save, Viana, get constructs. You remember the construct quests from the first fire? This is it. This is where it starts and then you end up in Copperlane and the quest is done. Then you go back to the first fires and you finish the quest. Basically, loot 2 chests, get in, save Viana, loot, small combat here, get out, out here to the green door. Green door would be this area here. Loot the chests, get out, finish these bandits here. There's a quest that you're gonna get in the inn for them as well. Later about it though. Get down, enter the yellow door. This is lower prices quest, okay? So pay attention on the color of question mark and find it on the map. That's where you can resolve stuff for Ondras Gift. Loot all of this, get the secret, get out of the yellow house. Now we're gonna go to the right. There's Pallegina here. You're gonna meet Pallegina, your new companion. Get inside, that would be the orange door after it. Here, in this room, the orange door, we need to help Verzano. Once we help Verzano with a delivery quest, we're gonna be able to recruit new companion, Paladin Pallegina. That's about it. There's gonna be a combat in this house, some chests to loot and so on. Once you do all of that, get out. Exit the door here, there's a trader, there's a chest, speak with the trader, you can also trade. Get down, there is an NPC which gonna give you a quest for ship cargo. And this is where it leads to. This is where the broken ship cargo is. You can do this quest a bit later on. First, we're gonna finish with this segment of the game. Once we get a quest for ship cargo, we don't go south for the lighthouse. We're gonna go here, loot, go up. There's gonna be a bandit's ambush here. Then, you remember what I said, the colors and so on, lower prices quest. Pay attention to the every color that I gave here, okay? We're going down south and straight to the white door, and the white door leads us to the inn. In the inn, there's 4 quests. There's the lower prices quest, there's the bandits quest, the medallion quest, and directions. So, once we collect all of these quests, and once we collect the missing sun quest, now is the time to loot all of this, get upstairs, do all of this, loot, speak with the trader, trade if you want to, and start with the medallion quest up here, okay? The medallion quest is for the Brackenbury. Now you're gonna need to go back in Brackenbury, in the inn, and finish the quest for the extra XP. That would be the medallion quest. Your choice how you wanna resolve this quest, okay? With violence or not. Now, we're done with the inn. We collected all quests in the inn. You can also rest and so on. We exit the inn, and what we can do now, if it's during the night, there's gonna be a trader that sells very good stuff. During the day, the trader won't be here, so pay attention to what part of the day it is. So it only spawns during night. We're going down here, we're finishing up these inn quests, all of these quests that you see here. We're finished here. Flat up combat, bandits, extortions, and so on. You'll see in a journal, very simple to resolve because they're all in Ondras Gift. Once we're done with all of this, we're going down, get the secret, get back, go all the way back, and here we can go down for the scepter to Nance in Brackenbury. If you remember where I said you can give the scepter to, well, this where the parts of the scepter are in the game. So the location for the scepter, just so we make clear, is right over here. Scepter from Ondras Gift, and Immensi, okay? Pay attention on the door, yellow, bam. Where the NPC is, the one behind him, behind the statue, is where the scepter is. But we need to collect the scepter from the Ondras Gift first, parts of the scepter. So, enter, there's gonna be combat, there's gonna be plenty of stuff to loot. I showed you the location of every single thing that you can discover, as well of the secrets and so on. Make sure that you cover every corner, and there's gonna be, of course, one harder fight and one disgusting fight with animats. Be careful, get prepared before you go down, because these are hard fights, especially early on in the game. And once we're done with all of this, okay, there is also ship cargo quest, not only the broken scepter. We're gonna go back and we finish the ship cargo. Now it's time that we go down south. We trigger this NPC, she's gonna give us a lighthouse quest. If you remember the inn from the Brackenbury lighthouse quest, one of the things how you can resolve lighthouse is if you speak with the NPC and you pass the entire lighthouse without combat. The other would be to enter the lighthouse and fight. Absolutely disgusting area, full with shadows. Crazy hard fight, especially on pot of the damn difficulty, so prepare for a lot of combat here. And there is also a missing crate quest down south from the lighthouse, okay? You speak with the NPC, and this is where you resolve the quest. So it's in Ondras Gift, you collect the missing crate, you resolve here. You collect the quest for bandits, you resolve it here. Okay, missing sun as well, I forgot. There is the missing sun quest. This, it would be the purple door, the house over here, okay? You speak with the NPC, mother is searching for the son, then you go to the inn, you speak with the father about the son, and this is where the corpse is for the son. And then you're gonna discover that these stupid bandits actually are to blame for the missing son. Right here on the map, you finish this, then you go back to the purple door, speak with the mother, and resolve the missing son quest. So you gotta visit 4 locations. That's how the quest is. I forgot to say about it, now I remembered. And when we're done the missing son, we can also do the missing crate, then finish the missing crates, get the XP, enter the lighthouse finally, because everything else is done. Inside the lighthouse, crazy hard fight. Again, there's also an ambush, loot all of this, there's a secret, go upstairs. Upstairs, 2nd floor of the lighthouse, 2 solid fights. Again, you're gonna need a lot of spells available for this, loot all of it, get to the 3rd floor, a lot of loot, and now there's gonna be a boss. You can speak with him and then go back to Brackenbury Inn and speak with the NPC to resolve this without fighting, or just straight up fight with a boss. Extremely hard fight. Anyways, when you clear the curse from the lighthouse will become an inn. Okay, and you just go back to this NPC. She's gonna transfer right in front of the lighthouse once you're done with the lighthouse, and you're gonna receive a bunch of XP. That would be the Ondras Gift. I hope I covered everything, every single house, because there's a lot to cover, but that should be that. Now we can go back to Brackenbury. You'll see in the journal what quests you can finish, and in Copperlane what quests you can finish, and in First Fires. Just because we did everything, finish all of those quests and prepare to enter Catacombs again. So, from Ondras Gift, we finish Brackenbury, First Fires, we complete all quests, get the easy XP, go to Copperlane, do the same, and from Copperlane, straight down here, we're going again to the Catacombs. Now, it's time that if we did a necro, we speak with him again, if we killed him not, so now it's time to go up down here, blue door, and we end up in Temple of Woedica, main quest triggers, okay, and this is where things get interesting finally. So, we can fight, or we can just pretend to be friendly, go up here, secret, traps for the XP, loot the chest, go up here, get a door password from the NPC, get down, get the secret, tell the password, and finish this without fighting. Okay, there is an option to do the conversation, and that's about it. You'll see what's gonna happen next. There is the next option as well. Enter, kill all, slaughter all, break the door, enter. There's gonna be a big boss battle. Kill, same outcome, basically. Okay, just with a lot of combat. I recommend combat here, by the way, because it's fun. Trigger the lever, open the door, get out. Guess where it leads to? To the First Fires, straight where the ghost was. And the main quest triggers. Now, what happens is that you get an invitation from Lady Webb, where you can finally do some quests that you couldn't do before, or better to say, you can do the detective quest that's connected to Ondras Gift, to Copperlane, Lumdala's house, and so on. So I recommend doing that, and then we can go to the final district. The final district is my favorite district in a game, and it would be Heritage Hill. Let's go to the Heritage Hill. This would be the Heritage Hill, and this is where we start the map. The moment that we enter, there's gonna be an NPC with a missing guards quest. Collect the quest, get in. Slightly harder fight. There's gonna be a lot of undead. It's a graveyard, of course, so expect a lot of skellies, zombies, ghouls, and so on. So, I love this map, by the way, for a good reason. So, we do all of this, collect, there's a secret, crafting materials, now we go up here, again combat, undead, collect, up here, slightly harder fight, chest, slightly easier fight, and we enter the first catacomb with the orange door. That would lead us right over here, and that's where the missing guards are. Okay, so once we do all of this, there's a crazy hard fight as well. You're gonna find out where the missing guards are in this room, in this catacomb over here, loot, go back, report, get the XP. After this, loot that, go up here, go here, straight to the yellow door. From the yellow door, we enter this part over here, get in, there's gonna be combat in 2 rooms, loot everything, get the key, you see where the key is for the blue door. Anyways, get all of this, loot, this key unlocks this door, this key that you can find in this house over here, okay, it leads straight up to the blue door, right here. So once we do all of this, there's gonna be also a quest for the missing girl, find these 2 clues, then get out from the yellow house, loot all of this, finish the fight, go down, finish this fight as well, loot, then go up here, straight down to the blue door, and rescue the girl. Okay, disarm the trap, of course, get the free XP. Once you save the girl, go back, tell about it, go up, again where we were, yellow door, the house, now we're gonna go left to the green door, enter. Main quest is here for the lighthouse. There is also all of this. save the prisoners, okay? Loot everything, speak with the NPC, get out. There's a secret here, go down. Again, there's gonna be combat. All of this huge fight down here. Loot everything there is. There's also a secret. And now we got the password once we did the Temple of Woedica, so we can enter the lighthouse. Okay, so now you can enter the lighthouse. That's why we did Temple of Woedica before entering Heritage Hill. That was the reason. Okay, once we enter the lighthouse, we need to clear the curse of the undead from the entire district. Enter, a lot of combat, loot, there's a secret, go up, purple door, second floor of the lighthouse, do all of this. Later on in the game, you're also gonna receive a bounty for the Heritage Hill. You're gonna need to backtrack on level 12, 13, I don't even know, much later on. You're gonna need to backtrack here for the bounty. You'll see it in the journal when it says the Heritage Hill bounty. This is the location. Loot all of this. Again, there's a secret to, let's say, easier fights. Go up, the NPC, speak with him, then go down, speak with her, and decide what you want to do and how you want to resolve this quest. This is your choice, I don't want to spoil. Once we're done with the Heritage Hill, we need to go back to the First Fires, because now Heritage Hill is completely done with all quests. So here we are at First Fires. What we need to do? We need to do bloody everything, okay? So first, Pallegina quest in the Valian Embassy, so we can go back to the bridge later on about it though. We enter the purple door, and now we finish the Heritage Hill quest, we finish the Rogue Knight quest, they're gonna ambush us in the middle of the road, okay, so we're gonna finish that one as well. We finish the Construct quest, and now the Blacksmith quest, and then there's gonna be Constructs that attack, and so on if you accepted the quest. So we need to do all of this and collect Pallegina quest. We're done with First Fires. We are out to the bridge. Just so we make clear what I talk about, from First Fires we go to Aedelwan Bridge to do Pallegina's quest. Do the fight on the bridge, go back to Copperlane or wherever, finish all the loose ends, all the missing quests, go to Brackenbury, speak with Lady Webb. And once we're done with all of this, okay, because there is nothing else left, it's time that we do the Searing Falls and the Pearlwood Bluff. Because we got a dragon quest, then we got a quest from Himdala, was it, with Black Meadow and the dragon and so on. I showed you the locations for each of those quests. All you need to do now is backtrack a bit and get the free XP, check the journal often. Anyways, don't forget, of course, to go to the Caed Nua often, so you upgrade buildings, so you check out the new NPCs and all. At this time, I also believe there's gonna be a war in Yenwood Field. This is the area, okay? Basically what happens, it's gonna show in a journal, you're challenged to a duel, open war, collect army, you need like 10,000 coppers, and there's gonna be a ward in the open field. Very cool quest. I don't have anything to cover here, just, you know, next until it happens, so pay attention to that one as well. You need to go back to Caed Nua and speak with the statue, and I believe it triggers by the time you're done with Defiance Bay. So now, as I said, we can go back to Caed Nua, from Caed Nua to Wooden Plains, from Wooden Plains to Searing Falls. Let's go to Searing Falls. So welcome to Searing Falls. Very small map. Later on in the game there's gonna be a bounty in the middle of it, but this is the bounty from the DLC 2, believe it or not, from White Marsh 2. So this is like max level 16, 100 hours in a game bounty. This is the location. Basically very hard bounty, but that's the location. The important thing is that we cover it. There's a lot of fights here, a lot of easy fights, a lot of mediocre fights, and one very hard fight. The moment you enter, Drake's gonna appear. When there's Drakes, there's a dragon in a cave. You enter the cave, that's the dragon quest from the Defiance Bay, if you remember, okay, from the First Fires. You enter the cave, do all of these materials, chest, kill the Zaureps, kill them here again, there's gonna be a bigger amount, and the boss fight. Prepare, what can I say? I showed you the recommended level at the start of this video for each area, so pay attention to the recommended level no matter the difficulty. Once you kill the dragon, go back to Defiance Bay and get the free XP. Okay, this would be the entire map. Just pay attention to the flowers, or rather to say to the crafting materials that you can loot, and to the chests inside the cave, and also secrets. There's a crazy good, I think, great sword here, but you need a lot of mechanics. If you can't discover 2 secrets here, then you don't have mechanics high enough. Boost mechanics with some of the consumables. Just make sure that you discover both question marks that I showed here on a map. That's very important, because it's a great weapon, yeah. Anyways, once we're done with this, we don't go immediately to Defiance Bay to finish the dragon quest. What we're gonna do is go west to Pearlwood Bluff from the Searing Falls, and then we're gonna go back and finish all the loose ends in the Defiance Bay. So, welcome to Pearlwood Bluff now. We collect all of the materials, I mark them with flowers, and there are 2 harder fights, 1 easier fight, and a bounty much later on in the game. Once you collect those bounties in Caed Nua, of course, there is a chest, and here is Sagani's quest. You just need to speak with Sagani basically and have her in your team for this quest to trigger. Then there is the scale down, the cave. Inside the cave, small combat, 2 crafting materials, some loot, get back up, and that would be the entire Pearlwood Bluff. Small map, as I said, but it was close by, so we do it all, yeah. Now, straight from Pearlwood Bluff, we can go to Caed Nua, finish quests and so on, take a nap, etc. And we're going back to the Copperlane. Now, also in Copperlane, I forgot to mention that there is a barrack here, which leads to the 2-story job, which leads back to Brackenbury as well. And there's also the Vale Scroll now that you can finish, okay, with the dragon corpses and so on. There's also the detective quest, Lumdala House, don't forget to do all of that. There is the quest with Find Vienna and Constructs, that's connected to the first fires and Ondras Gift. There's a lot of backtracking, it's not my fault, I covered it the best I could, okay, by writing everything down for you. So again, check the maps well so you don't get lost, and check the journal. It's kinda important that you do everything, yeah. The reason is very simple. XP. If you decided to go with Pallegina's quest, this is what happens, okay. The correct order is dozens to Verzano, then you deliver the package, faction, back to Gerrit, back to Verzano, and then it's done with Pallegina's quest. It's also connected to the bridge as well. We are done with the entire northwest part. The entire southwest part included Wooden Plains, Searing Falls, Pearlwood Bluff, the bridge, the compass, and so on. Make sure that we are cleared with the entire left half of the map basically, and now what remains is the right half of the map. The harder parts are the northern parts, where the DLC unlocks, Cragholdt Bluffs, Mowrghek Land, that's all level 16 maps basically, and the DLC. So what we need to do now, in order, is from Wooden Plains to Stormwall Gorge, from Stormwall Gorge to the Dyrford Village to Dyrford Crossing, Cliaban Rilag. All of that is connected, okay, for the main quest in First Fires, where Act 2 ends. So basically, once we're done with all of this, and once we're done with Cliaban Rilag, we end the act in First Fires. Later on about it, we're gonna revisit, of course. For now, we're going straight to Stormwall Gorge. Remember, Caed Nua, rest, get the quests and so on, finish the war in the field and do everything there is, upgrade stuff. And let's go slowly to Stormwall Gorge. Also, what you can opt in before you go to Stormwall Gorge is to go to the Caed Nua Odd Nua dungeon. But I do recommend doing at least Dyrford Village first before opting in for Caed Nua. The best moment to opt in for Odd Nua dungeon crawling is when you finish the Cliaban Rilag. Yeah, so let's do this. So now, from the Wooden Plains, we're gonna go east and go to the Stormwall Gorge. Let's go. This would be the Stormwall Gorge. All we need to do in a Stormwall Gorge for now, because all of this is locked for later on, for Act 3. What we need to do in a Stormwall Gorge, we need to finish the fights that you can see over here. 2 easier fights, 2 mediocre fights, 1 more slightly harder fight, and we go and pick up a new companion, Druid Hiravias. Also collect all the chests and crafting materials and exit on the northeast side of the map. And we're gonna come back here later on during Act 3 to finish all of this. We basically came here for Hiravias. And don't forget about the secret as well here. So exit northeast. We go to the Dyrford Village. So from Stormwall Gorge, we're going northeast to Dyrford Village now. This would be the Dyrford Village. You're gonna start from here, go straight to the church, speak with the NPCs there, loot one chest inside, collect all of the crafting materials, cross the bridge, speak with the NPC. He's gonna give you a quest to visit the inn, okay, Purple Door, where you need to speak with one noble. Go inside the inn. Once we enter the inn, there's gonna be a quest to find the girl on the second floor of the inn, so light blue door. Once we go up, there's a secret, a few chests and so on, and there is also a new quest giver right over here. You're gonna need to do something, talk, and then you're gonna go to the fugitive quest here and finish the quest how you see fit. That would be all that you can find in the inn. Also, you can rest in the inn and trade. Once we're done with this part, you can enter the windmill, and there's 3 chests inside, as well as one secret inside of here. Also, much later on in the game, when you trigger the White March 2 quest, this is where the Bleak Paladins quest finishes, okay, in the windmill. But that's much later on, so there won't be anyone in the windmill once you're here during the main campaign. Down here, you're gonna get the quest from the NPC about the ogre that steals some sheep from the village. You're gonna collect the quest to resolve the ogre problem. Also, here we got one secret, collect the crafting materials, and at the bottom right part of the map there's another companion. So after Druid Hiravias, now we're gonna get Cypher class, and we're gonna pick up Grieving Mother. This would be the last companion from the main campaign in Dyrford Village. Also, don't forget to visit all of the barracks here, check the shops, check the blacksmith, check other shops and so on, collect the crafting materials, etc. And once you finish everything, there's gonna be another NPC that's gonna give you a quest to find there some dragon eggs. Okay, and that would be the entire Dyrford Village. How I recommend doing the Dyrford Village now? There is 2 options. One is to leave Dyrford Village and do the map east of Dyrford Village and then enter the dungeon from here. The other would be to get here where the yellow door is, the broken tower, and that would be this area over here. Speak with the NPC, and if you do everything right, eventually you're gonna find a hidden chamber behind him and the door that leads to the, well, one huge dungeon. Do not forget to pick up the secret as well, and if you opted in for this route, you're gonna start the dungeon from this spot over here. So these 2 are connected, follow the color of the door. So inside the dungeon you see where the fights are. These are the cultists. Basically you see where the traps are, the chests and so on. There's literally nothing, just pass through. There's a lot of combat, there's a lot of dungeon crawling. You're gonna need a rope to scale, or you can go up from here. There's a lot of traps for the XP, and basically there is the sacrificial altar where you can sacrifice one of your companions if you want to play as an evil, okay, but I would not recommend doing that. Once you reach the end of the map, there is a lever where you're gonna open up the door and you're gonna connect the entire map as well. Here is the Missing Daughter quest, okay, do it how you see fit. Once you're done with this chamber and the Missing Daughter, you need to come back to the inn, and the noble that was in the bottom floor of the inn will now wait you on the second floor of the inn, where you can finish the quest. And that's about it as far as Dyrford Village goes. Now you can exit the purple door and it's gonna lead you east of Dyrford. So this red door, okay, exit from the Dyrford Village, and this purple door leads to exactly the same spot, or better to say, to the same map east of Dyrford Village. East of Dyrford Village we got Dyrford Crossing, so let's check the Dyrford Crossing, but from the dungeon entrance, or better to say from the dungeon exit. This would be Dyrford Crossing. So if we opted in to go from the dungeon, this is where we're gonna spawn straight into a fight. If we opted in to access from Dyrford Village north, east, then we're gonna start from here. No matter where you start, it's the same map. So what we got here? We got a bunch of crafting materials, a lot of combat, we got some secrets here and there, and what's important to say, there is White Marsh 2 bounty at this location, but this is once you're level 16. There's also a bunch of chests to loot and so on. One harder fight is exactly in front of the dungeon exit or entrance, call it how you like. And on this side we got a cave for the ogre that steals sheep. This would be the cave. The cave also has another door that leads to the upper area where you can loot another chest. Then when you go back, blue door, we have a lot of combat. I believe it was spiders, and there's a lot of hard fights. And at the end there's also an ogre quest that steals sheep. Once you're done with the ogre and you loot everything, find the secrets and so on, you go back to Dyrford Village to finish the quest. Yeah, so once we're done with the cave here, we go north. There is a dragon egg here, and there are some bandits to deal with. Pick up the dragon egg, that's also the quest in Dyrford Village, yeah. And finish up the loose ends, all the chests, fights, secrets and so on. Now we go back to Dyrford Village to handle those two quests, Ogre Sheep and Dragon Egg, because of the XP. We want XP to level up, yeah. So, Dyrford Village, all we need to do now is give the Dragon Egg to the NPC here and resolve the Ogre Ship quest over here. From the Dyrford Crossing, get the XP, and now we're gonna go from Dyrford Village to Dyrford Crossing, and then from Dyrford Crossing we're going north to Cliaban Rilag, the final area of Act 2. Once you're done with this area, you are ready to begin Act 3. So Cliaban Rilag it is now. This would be Cliaban Rilag. It consists out of the upper part and 2 dungeons. There's a lot of combat, there's a lot of things to do. So we start from over here, there is one entry from here and the other entry from the waterfall to the left. There is combat, there is also there's quest right over here, so make sure that you have it there in a party, and there's also a bounty that you can do over here for later on. You're gonna need to backtrack for the bounty, of course. Once we do all of this, we can enter either from here or from here. Where do the doors lead? Very simple, here. They basically are at the same spot, so it doesn't matter what door you go to. If you opt in for the white door, then you don't need to kill these guys over here. And if you opt in for the green door, then you're gonna kill these guys over here. That's about it. So, once we enter the Cliaban Rilag dungeon, there's plenty of combat, plenty of traps, plenty of XP. And once we do the entire upper part, there is one disgusting fight in this area as well. Prepare, I believe it was mushrooms. It's very disgusting. Make sure that you have a lot of resist against Charm and Dominate. Or should I say, make sure that Durans has those spells for Charm and Dominate available. And this area is, of course, locked. It's the main quest after all. So what we need to do now is, once we're done with shrooms and with all the combat here and so on, enter the door, go to the second part of the dungeon. This is where we're gonna spawn. Finish all the fights, traps, loot everything that you see here. There's a lot of combat. Once the map looks like this and once you do everything, there's gonna be one extremely hard fight in this area. And here, there's gonna be a key. You use the key, pass through the door, go up now again in the upper part of the dungeon to the area that we couldn't access before. Finish up the main quest, okay? And through this part, there is a puzzle where we're gonna get something good. All you need to do is make sure that you send it there to do the puzzle. He's gonna do it. We're gonna pass through. The game will spawn us here, and we can exit Cliaban Rilag dungeon and go to Dyrford Village. Finish up all the loose ends over there if you got any. And it's time to begin Act 3. So now, from Cliaban Rilag, you can opt in to go to Caed Nua and do Caed Nua, because now you got all companions. You should be way above level 10. I believe you should be about level 11, 12. According to my experience, you are level 10 plus once you're done with Cliaban Rilag if you did everything like I told you. So it's time to start Caed Nua, or you can trigger Act 3, get level 12, and then start Caed Nua, which I'll speak about later. So basically, go from Cliaban Rilag to Caed Nua, rest, collect the quests, collect bounties, do all the bounties, finish up all loose ends that you can do on a map before you opt in to go for the first fires. And the Act 3 will start. So what you can do is visit Brackenbury, finish all quests in Defiance Bay, check your journal, make sure that you did all, because once Act 3 starts a lot of things will change in the game. And speak with Lady Webb on the second floor, then go to the first fires. So now from Brackenbury we're going to the first fires. And where do we finish Act 2 and where does the Act 3 starts? This is where Act 2 ends. Once you reach this balcony here, enjoy the show, see what happens in a city. Anyways, once everything is done, it's literally a linear path from this moment, the game will finally take you out of the city straight to Caed Nua and Act 3 begins. But this is where Act 2 ends. Now we are in Act 3. What happened? We can play Caed Nua. And Stormwall Gorge is open, so we can cross and go to Elm Shore, and the final part of the game that would be Twin Elms. What is also left is Cragholdt Bluffs and the mega late game area here in the swamp. This is the time when I can recommend doing Caed Nua, or should I say Caed Nua dungeon crawling. Prepare for a lot of dungeon crawling and a lot of combat. Let's visit Caed Nua, Caed Nua. So we got 15 levels of dungeon crawling in Caed Nua. From the prison, we enter Caed Nua level 1, and this is where we dealt with Mirwald. Yeah, so this is how the map looks like. These are all the fights. This is just flat up dungeon crawling, looting system, 15 levels in a row. As I said, you see where the chests are, where the combat is, what are the harder fights, easier fights, where is one boss waiting for you, and the shortcut that unlocks the passage all the way up to the church in Caed Nua. This is the very first shortcut. Also, later on, we're gonna unlock another shortcut that's in level 5. But where we're gonna go from here is through the yellow door to the endless paths of Caed Nua level 2. Here, you see what it is. There is a quest. There is the quest to deal with right here. Most of these question marks that I marked are basically the parts for the sword, one of the most unique weapons in the game. Anyways, do not miss the question marks, visit all of that. There is no need for me to guide you now because I won't take the fun away from you. You see where the combat is, where the fights are, the traps for the experience, the secrets, and we can also use this green one, okay, to succumb down to level 5 immediately. So if you opt in to go to level 5 from here, then you're gonna spawn right over here in the middle of Caed Nua level 5, so you can finish up the entire map, including the main boss of the early dungeon. You see where the chests are, where the secrets are, and so on. Do the traps, do the quests, do the sword parts. Once you accumulate all the parts, I'll tell you what to do with the sword, but that's for later on. And there is also a shortcut that leads to level 1, and there is also a door that leads up to level 4, as well as the door that leads up to level 6. So plenty of shortcuts everywhere from level 5. What we're gonna do is unlock the shortcut to level 1. So now once we're done with level 5, unlock the shortcut to level 1. There's gonna be a hidden door. Switch, pass, then go again down to the yellow door, down from the yellow door to the purple one, okay, level 2, we're going to level 3 now, and there is also a shortcut in level 3, this is where we're gonna spawn from purple door, starts from here, collect the quest, down here, finish the quest, this is extra experience on level 3, also plenty of combat, plenty of traps for the extra experience, unlock the shortcut, there is also a puzzle here, puzzle is very simple, all you need to do is place an item inside of the statue, you'll find an item during this dungeon, and I don't want to spoil way too much because it's very easy to resolve. Once we're done with level 3, we go to the light blue door and we go to level 4. Level 4 is probably the hardest early game dungeon in Caed Nua. So you start from over here, do all of this combat here, disarm the traps, there is the quest as well, this would be the broken sword parts, and there's one extremely hard fight under the skull of Eothas here, or should I say under the head of Eothas, statue of Eothas, and once we're done with that, there's also 2 more harder fights to the door that unlocks level 5, or should I say the mid-game of Caed Nua. So now level 5 is also cleared, we already spoke about it, the order of how you should do stuff, level 1 to level 2, 2 to 5, then 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, again to level 5, and now we go to level 6 from the white door. Here, again, a puzzle to open the door. Just make sure that you do all of this. You're gonna receive a solution for the puzzle. You're gonna open the door and you pass through the yellow door that leads to level 7. There's not much to say about this thing. Also, make sure that you visit all of these question marks. They resolve the puzzle, by the way. So pay attention only on question mark locations here if you want to pass through the puzzles. And once we do everything here on level 6 through the yellow door, we're now to level 7, and this is Kana's quest, your companion, Chanter companion Kana. This is where his quest finish is, okay? So make sure that you have Kana in your team once you enter Caed Nua level 7. This is very simple one. Why so many question marks? As you fight, you collect some items and then you put those items in these pillars. They lit up and they open the passage so you can pass to level 8. As well as every time when you lit up, there's gonna be combat. So this is basically like mini small arenas everywhere around for you to unlock the main door and pass to level 8. Also, don't forget you need Kana. Pass through here, do the combat and so on, and finish the Kana's quest, loot everything. You can also see where the secrets are with these question marks, and pass through the door, enter level 8. Level 8 is a big one and a very hard one as well. So what we have here from the light blue door, this is where we start, straight into traps, extra experience. You can turn up to the left, do all the easy fights, collect everything, do all of this, okay? This entire segment of the game is very easy. Then we're gonna go down, clear all of this, clear everything down to level 9, then all of this, clear, unlock a shortcut, go back, finish this part on the Eothas hand, because this is one of the harder things in the game. Also, don't forget about all the secrets, and down to level 9 once you do all of this. Also, I forgot to say about the puzzle, what I was speaking about, the solution and so on. If you really can't handle the puzzle on level 6, this is your solution, where you should put the Bloodstone, Peridot and Sapphire. So in the middle goes Bloodstone, on the right side it goes Peridot, on the left side it goes Sapphire, and the door opens. Anyways, we're going now down to level 9, considering you did all of this. This would be Caed Nua late game. And level 9, this is where we begin. There's literally nothing, you just pass through, and there's a lot of traps here, and there are 10 chests inside of this room, so make sure that you loot all of the chests, but care about the traps. Pass through here, one mediocre combat, one easier one. Collect all the chests, get the secret, do all of these hard fights. So there's 3 extremely hard fights in this area. There's also a lot of chests to loot and so on. There is a hidden object here, a lever, it unlocks the door. You pick this up, and the blade part is also in this room here, but it's well hidden, so pay attention on the switch. And once you do all of this, purple door leads us to level 10. Level 10 is a smaller dungeon, but a very disgusting dungeon as well, because there's a hard ambush the moment when you enter here, and another hard ambush at the area close by. Also a secret. Then there goes with 3 slightly easier fights, and another secret, plenty of chests. Through the yellow door leads us to the Caed Nua level 11, and this is where we're gonna end up on level 11. You immediately unlock a shortcut on this door, and now there's a lot of shrooms. This is like level 11 is probably the hardest level in Caed Nua, because there's gonna be a lot of charm and dominate and ambushes everywhere. So what do I recommend? Trigger the fight here, then drag enemies behind, fight. Same, trigger them here, drag, fight, trigger, drag, fight. Do not go inside and trigger 3 fights at once, because you're gonna die. Also, loot all of these chests, then finish the shrooms here and so on, get a secret, then the true traps for the extra XP, and then there's a boss of the area. So good luck, get prepared, rest well, and prepare consumables and everything that you're gonna need, because this is a disgusting fight. Once we're done with the fight, you can go to level 12. Question mark here are the wines. You can skip the fight if you can't pass the fight now. So basically you need to cut through the wines and go straight for the door, and you don't trigger the fight. So that's why the question mark. Down to level 12. Level 12 is where Readrics are. So there's some combat left and right, some chests, secrets, and the last blade part. Now this is very important thing. Once we have the last blade part in the game, we need to go back to the blacksmith in First Fires. So with the last blade part from Caed Nua now, we're going to First Fires. From First Fires now, we're entering the purple door here to the Crucible Keep. We go to the blacksmith and we give those sword parts and we receive a great unique sword. That's about it for Caed Nua sword. We were down to level 13, yeah, with Readrics. We found the last blade part, the traps, secret as well here, everything that you can see, then the NPCs. You can trade with them, you can make a deal with them and they will be friendly. If not, it's gonna be a boss fight. This is your option how you want to do it. If you go friendly, then you receive a trader as well. You can also steal from the trader, but then they're gonna become aggressive. So decide what you want to do with Readrics. I place the chests, secrets, the combat, everything that includes on this map, and again another NPC that's gonna attack you. You can opt in for a convo solution or flare up combat, your choice. Once we're done with Readrics on this map, we're going down to 13 and we're entering the late stage of Caed Nua. This would be the late game, late stage of Caed Nua. So we begin level 13 from this point. We're gonna speak with the NPC here, with the NPC here. We're collecting clues and clues and clues on the entire map. You see how many NPCs there are here. We collect all of the parts. Everywhere we see question mark, we're gonna need all of that to pass the puzzle. Okay, and once we do all of the question marks and we speak with all of the NPCs, the solution to the puzzle is that you say on a door that you are an enemy of Caed Nua and the door will open up, the big boss fight will happen and the door will open towards level 14. I don't want to spoil way too much. You see where the materials are, where the chests are, where the traps are, where the encounters are, mediocre encounters, easier encounters. There's a lot of combat as well as hidden objects, hidden loot. So make sure that you do everything like it is on this map. There's also the Mirrwold room. You can only unlock the room if you bound Mirrwold to Caed Nua. If you didn't bound Mirrwold to Caed Nua, then you cannot enter the room. Very simple. Also, once we do everything here, we go to Caed Nua level 14. This is where we get to speak with Caed Nua. Your choice how you want to do it, through conversation or through combat. Decide, this is the player's choice basically, and the final shortcut on the left, as well as one secret, 3 chests. Do everything how you see fit, it really doesn't matter. It's a CRPG, you make your own choices. Go through the purple door. Purple door leads us to Caed Nua level 15. Bunch of Xaureps, a lot of chests, and the final confrontation at the feet of Eothas. That would be Adra Dragon, the famous Adra Dragon. So there you can fight immediately with Adra Dragon or you can negotiate. Then you go back to the spiders on level 12, Readrics. Finish their quest, then go back to level 1 Caed Nua with amulet the dragon gives you. Trigger that, then go to Black Meadow. At this location you do something with one NPC. Your choice how you wanna do it. So if you refuse to help the dragon, then you need to come back to level 15 of Caed Nua and fight the dragon. Or you can also help the dragon. I recommend fighting, not immediately. I recommend in this order like you see here. But again, there's like 3-4 different ways of how you can handle the dragon. Dragon is very hard. I did it on Path of the Damned and I was level 12, I believe. I would not recommend fighting the dragon before level 13, 14. I would really not recommend, especially for new players, because this is one of the hardest fights in the game. Anyways, once you deal with the dragon, there's a lot of loot, of course, in a dragon room. I won't spoil, there's like 5 chests or so. Loot everything in this area and endless paths of Caed Nua is done. It's time that we go to the Stormwall Gorge. So what is left now is the Stormwall Gorge, Elm Shore, and the entire Twin Elms before we start the White March DLC. So what we're gonna do now, you do the final upgrades in Caed Nua, prepare well, cause Stormwall Gorge awaits. From Caed Nua now, we're going straight down to the Stormwall Gorge. Let's go. So now it's time that we go from Caed Nua to Wooden Plains, from Wooden Plains to Stormwall Gorge, and finish all the loose ends over there. Stormwall Gorge is the location where we found Hiravias, and now the water that was blocking the passage towards the Twin Elms is gone, so we can move. Also, you will be able to access the dungeon. One of the ways to access the dungeon is through the faction. If you have a key and then you solve the puzzle and enter, the other way is in Act 3, it opens on its own. Let's say that you use the other way where it opened on its own, yeah? It's time to enter the dungeon. Also, you see where the materials are, where the chests are on the map, and crazy hard encounter here, 2 solid encounters here, as well as Pallegina quest that triggers here, so make sure that you have Pallegina in the start of Act 3 if you want to trigger this quest. Now, we enter the dungeon here, and this would be the Stormwall Gorge Le Aremen Part 1. So, from this point, there's the blue door, and here on a green door, it transfers to the Part 2, as well as the entrance from the cave from downstairs, also goes to the same map. Now, from the blue door, we entered here, we collect the quest, and once we do all of these quests, as you see here, all of these quests, they require different answers. The answers that you give will, at the end, in the final room, produce a weapon for you. The treasure chest will appear and you grab the weapon. It can be a lot of different weapons with a lot of different stats. So care how you respond. You can get a lot of good things here. Just make sure that you have like one manual save before you enter if you really want to test out all the weapon outcomes here. That's quite important. Also, there is a passage here where the white door is. It's gonna lead you straight to this area where the trap is and one boss fight, as well as a chest and the hidden loot, as well as this area behind it, which has 6 treasure chests, as well as one mediocre fight. So once we're done with this entire part, okay, the entire segment of the map, we're gonna use the green door, scale down, and here is where the bounty is gonna be once you collect the bounty in Caed Nua. But if you don't have the bounty right now, you just clear the map, get the secret, unlock, get the chest. Same here, trap chest, be careful. 2, 3, 4 minor fights, 1 bigger fight, some crafting materials, you exit through the yellow door, and up we go here towards east, or better to say, we're entering Twin Elms now. So from the Stormwall Gorge, we're going southeast towards Elmshore. Let's visit Elmshore. Welcome to Elmshore. From the starting point, we got a big boss battle here in Elmshore, and we have an entrance to the cave. Inside the cave, we have a bounty. If you collected the bounty in Caed Nua, that is. If not, you're gonna need to backtrack, as well as one crazy hard fight before the bounty. Also, crafting materials and the chest. Exit the cave and finish everything here. You got a secret close to the bridge, crafting materials, and here is a dying monk. You just collect what he gives you for the next area. Once you're done with the NPC over here, clean the enemies, get back, do the pillars, do all of this. There is a songbird quest over here as well, but that's for later on. You're gonna need to backtrack. Basically, later on in Twin Elms, you'll need to find 3 birds. One of the bird locations is right over here. Okay, also here is 2 disgusting fights, very hard enemies, as well as bunch of chests and crafting materials. And down here we're going towards the next area. Also in this small circle here would be the Berat's quest. That's also for much later on in the game, so have that in mind as well. Before we move on, you're gonna need to come back to the Elmshore and backtrack both Berat's quest and the songbird. Let's go further east. And now from the Elmshore, we're going down the road straight east to Heartsong, or better to say, we're entering the final major city in the game, Twin Elms. Let's go to Heartsong. Here we are at Heartsong. From the starting point, you speak with the NPC, collect the quest. Some people will want to speak with you. He just gives you info. Go and roam around the entire Heartsong city over here, so loot all the chests, all the crafting materials, do not enter a single house, and get the money quest over here as well, and all of this, collect loot. Once you collect everything there is, the first thing that you want to enter would be the main hall, okay, and that would be here. Then you will receive the Tribes quest, the Passage quest, and Palegina quest, as well as the Trial quest. So 4 quests are inside the main hall. Collect all of those quests, speak with the NPCs, decide what quest you want to accept, what you want to decline, and so on. Exit, go to this door over here. That green door would be the traders, and that's where the money quest is. As you can see, it's connected right here. So speak with all the traders, check the gear, buy something if you want to. Also, there's 3 chests to loot, get out, go to the light blue door, enter. There's the money quest again, so you will need to backtrack, okay, this area with these 2 areas. You decide how you want to finish this quest. I'm just showing you the location, of course, and collect the 2 chests. Get out, get to the purple door. This is the songbird. One of the songbirds can be found here. If you remember from the previous area, that's one songbird. This is the location of the second songbird. But you can't see them until you collect the quest. The quest is in a different area. This is just the location of the songbird. Here, speak with the NPC, get the chest. Later on, you'll get a songbird. Go purple door. Next, go straight down to the white door. This is the baby quest also. For the next area in the game, you need to backtrack it later on if you want to do it. I never did it because I opted in for a flat fight. I didn't want to kill the baby here. So you decide what you want to do, get out, and what is left is the inn. The inn is the yellow door right over here. You enter the inn, and now there is an NPC that's gonna wait you here. He's gonna say how Readric is back, the big boss, okay, in Readric's hold. So this NPC will give you info to go straight over here in Readric's hold, Readric's fortress, and go to the rooftop to fight Readric all over again. This time he's 10 times harder than he used to be at the start of the game, of course. So this is a big boss battle, basically. Back to Hearthstone. So after we're done with Readric, there is the innkeeper. You can rest here, you can trade, and upstairs is the monk's quest. If you remember from the Elm Shore area, when you encountered the dying monk, he gives you a scroll, you give the scroll to monks, and the quest is resolved. Easy XP, easy loot. Loot everything there is here, go back. There is the expedition quest now. You speak with the NPC, you receive the expedition quest, which is for a different area, of course. And here, another NPC to speak with, plus all of these chests, and we're done with Hearthstone. We can now clear out towards one of these 2 exits. Let's see where to go next. Now, from the Hearthstone, we're gonna go to the Elms Reach. So traverse north to the Elms Reach. Let's go. Welcome to Elms Reach. This would be the main map. So we start from over here. We go straight into the yellow door, enter, collect all of this, get out, go to the green door, enter, collect all of this, get out, go to the blue door. There's a secret, 2 chests, collect, get out. This area is done. Get the crafting materials and the chest. Up here now, we can go straight to the left. And we enter the light blue door. This is where we speak. This is the baby quest or a poison quest. Plenty of different things how you can resolve this quest. Okay, so this is your option, whether you want to fight, whether you want to negotiate, whatever you decide to do, your choice. Loot everything here. If you opt in to fight, it's a very hard fight. And get out. Here, down, this is Hiravia's quest in this area. You can speak with the NPC, receive the quest. This is also the poison quest if you decide to poison the here. And down here, crafting materials and so on. And this part, this segment of Elms Reach is done. There is now 2 big segments. This is the main quest, Omega main quest. So under the tree is where you chase Theos. So you speak with 2 NPCs, you receive the main quest, you enter the white door, and you encounter the gods of Eothas for the very first time. And your answers, after you collect these 4 chests, your answers will be Galavane, 3rd option, Rimagrand, 7th option, Berat, 2nd option, Hylia, 4th option. That's the puzzle. Once you resolve, you're gonna receive favors and whatnot, and you're gonna receive their own personal quests, what you're supposed to do for every god of Eothas. And once you do all of these conversations, get out and do the very first one immediately, Blood Sands. One of the gods demands Blood Sands. Do it, get in, speak. This is Berat's quest, for example. Berat demands this NPC to die, and then they're all gonna turn against you, and there's gonna be a lot of fighting here. Okay, there's also one trader, so before you start the fight, trade first if you want to. You see where the chests are, traps, secrets, hidden items, and so on. Loot everything. A lot of easy fights here, to be honest. The only hard fight is the one that Berat wants you to kill, of course. And if you want to finish Hiravia's Druid quest, you need to bring him here in this area. He'll react on its own once you reach the specific spot on a map. This is how the map is supposed to look like. Once you're done with this, get out, go, exit the area, and now we go north again to the new area. So now, from Elms Reach, we're going to the Old Song. We have 2 more god favors here, and 1 in the Temple of Hylia. So, Old Song is next. Here we are at Old Song. There's a lot of things to do. There's Galavain's quest, Rimagran's quest, all of the gods of Eora basically, and Dragon Info for Hylia's quest that leads us deeper into the forest. So when we start from over here, we speak with 2 NPCs, we get a Dragon Info for the Hylia quest, then we're gonna loot everything, all of these chests and so on. We do everything that exists, okay? Speak with a trader, trade if you want to, crafting materials, receive the Songbird quest. If you remember the Songbird, I already showed you 2 Songbird locations, okay? So this is where you get the quest, and you need to backtrack to finish the quest, come back later for extra XP, yeah. And here, where this NPC is, that stands in front of the ship, this is where you finish the main campaign. You do not speak with this NPC, you do not enter here. We're gonna speak with this NPC after like 50 hours from now, when we're done with bunch of maps and DLCs, because this is where the game ends. So this is the only NPC you're gonna completely ignore in the game until the very end. First, we can visit the Galavain's Ma, the beast head, wolf head, whatever the creature is. So we enter here, collect the quest, and now you need to decide whether you are for a bear or for a tiger, because Galavain is all about the hunt. This is your choice which side you're gonna take. Depends on which side you take, then it depends who will you fight, okay? I don't wanna spoil, you see where the fights are, the traps for the experience, hidden stuff, trader, and so on. Just watch this map and do it in detail. There's a lot of secrets and a lot of traps. There's a lot of XP on this map as well. Again, I don't know what you're gonna pick, bear or a tiger or whatever, completely your choice. Finish with Galavain and exit. Now we go to the Rimagran, okay? We enter here, and this would be his realm, or better to say his temple. Everyone is aggressive here. You're gonna need to sneak, speak. Once you pass the boundaries of where you can go to, enemies will become aggressive, okay? One of the quests from the main hut is here, to free Alva. This is also the main quest for the gods of Eora, okay? This is for Rimagran, and this was for Galavain. So we finish his quest. There's a lot of combat, as I said, a lot of chests. You see what's where, traps, encounters, 2 extremely hard encounters in the middle of the map, and 1 NPC to set free, bunch of chests. That's about it. Once you're done, you decide what you want to do with the prisoners, whether you're gonna set them free or not, or kill them or whatever. Again, this is your choice. Once we're done with Rimagran, once we're done with Galavain's Ma, now it's time to finish Berat's quest, because we already did 1 part of his quest on a previous map, and now we do the 2nd part. Also, we collect the Songbird on the same map. We're gonna go back to the Elm Shore, finish the Berat's quest, and now we got 3 gods of Eora done. There's only Hylia left, yeah? So finish the Berat's quest here. Again, your choice how you wanna do it, and get the Songbird in Elm Shore. Now go back to the Twin Elms, finish all the loose ends, check the journal, get the free XP. And now it's time that we go from Old Song straight to Northweald, and then finish the last god favor in the Temple of Hylia. So we're going to Northweald now. From Old Song, we're going north. Alright, we got a smaller map with a plenty of combat. This is where you start. This is the expedition quest. Then you go down south, follow the expedition quest, go up here, speak with the NPC, resolve the expedition quest. If you help NPCs over here, then you get a great reward down here later on. So don't forget to backtrack and get the reward. If you help them, then you don't get the reward. So help these idiots up here instead of these, and get your reward. Once you're done with all of that, you go up. There's a crazy hard fight. Then there is a trial quest. 1 from the main hut, okay, at the beginning of Twin Elms in Heartsong. Once you're done with that, you're gonna find a clue, fight some creatures, animals, and so on. You're gonna fight more, get down, crazy hard fight here, as well as hidden objects and so on. There are 2 chests as well down there. one smaller fight, go all the way down, get up the river, and finish the trial quest. This is gonna be where the clue goes, because it fell from the waterfall down there. You're gonna need to go under the waterfall to resolve the quest, get out. Again, there is a hard fight in the middle. Go up here, go straight to the cave. Inside the cave, 2 hard fights. One crazy hard fight and other before the crazy hard fight, 2 crafting materials, a chest. Then, if you have a bounty, you're gonna need to rest or backtrack, exit the cave, enter again, the bounty will spawn. So basically this cave consists out of 3 difficult fights, okay? Once we're done with this entire map, you can opt in to go and finish all the quests, loose ends and so on, or you can just go straight for the dragon and finish Hylia's quest. Let's say we go straight for the dragon. Up the road here north, and we encounter the dragon. So from Northweald, we're going north to the Temple of Hylia. You can also see the recommended levels. Once we're done with Temple of Hylia, it's gonna be time that we start the Cragholdt Bluffs, but first the Temple of Hylia. So now we're going from Northweald to the Temple of Hylia, and we finish the final god favor. There is not much to say about this area. You go here, get a crafting materials, you get a final songbird, because this is the final location for the 3rd songbird, so you can finish the quest. And up here would be the dragon that Hylia wants you to deal with. Once you deal with the dragon, you loot all of these chests here, get a reward, and you go back to Twin Elms. That's about it with the Temple of Hylia. So what we do now, we go back to Old Song, we finish the Songbird quest. We go to Elms Reach, we finish all the Gods of Eora quests, okay, all 4. Then we go to Heart Song, we finish the main quest in the main hall, we finish all loose ends, we finish the quests in the inn, revisit, backtrack all of the locations just for the XP, and you're pretty much done. We do not unlock Burial Isle. So, we do not unlock the Burial Isle. This is where the game ends. What we're gonna do is backtrack, because now the entire map is done. We finished all the areas that exist. We go back to Caed Nua, finish all the loose ends, and the last thing that remains right now is Cragholdt Bluffs. This is the area that we're gonna do now before we open up the White March DLC. So the last remaining area in the game would be the Bluffs, because the swamp doesn't spawn until you trigger the White March. Alright, so let's go from Caed Nua to Cragholdt Bluffs. This would be the Cragholdt Bluffs. This is by far the hardest area in the game. As far as the main campaign goes, I'm not counting the DLCs, this is the hardest map that exists in the main campaign. So, what you can prepare for, all of these disgusting fights, all of these fights are very, very hard, so prepare well with consumables, with good rest and so on. The level also, the higher the level the better, so level 12, 13, 14 would be recommended here. Once you enter, collect these 2 quests, fight, get all the chests, gather all the crafting materials, do all of this that you see on the map, okay, and now there is a big boss battle. Deal with the boss, pass through, collect everything, kill all of these undead and so on, get the secret, get this fight, which is slightly harder as well, and now you got 2 ways in for the Cragholdt dungeon. One through the green door, the other one through the white door. White door is through the cave, where an extremely hard fight is, as well as the secret, and 2 more minor fights, as well as 2 chests. And the green door would be for the main entrance of the dungeon, where the quest giver is. You're gonna get greeted here, then you want to speak with the NPC in this room, so we pass right over here, speak, receive the quest. He asks you to deal with all of these NPCs inside, okay, with apprentices of Console Hut basically. Loot everything, fight, all of these are disgusting fights, very hard fights. Once you've done everything, looted all the chests, collected secrets, and so on, you're gonna pull the lever, combine the stew with a cave exit, go down, there is a puzzle before you can meet Console Hut. So the puzzle solution is number 1, Worded Mind, number 2, the answer is Pride, number 3, answer is Malleability, number 4, the answer is Mortality. Once you give these 4 answers, door will open. How do you get the answers? By finding books in this chest and by reading those books. That's the only way how the answers will appear. in front of the door. So when you enter, there's console hut, huge boss battle, and you're gonna receive a great companion after that, or should I say a great pet. Loot everything, there is one secret, and Cragholdt Bluffs is done. By finishing Cragholdt Bluffs, we did the entire main campaign world map in the game. What I can say before we start the White March now. First of all, you can start White March on level 7 as well. It depends whether you play with upscaling goal or not. I gave you the order of main campaign into the DLC. You can also play a bit of the main campaign until level 7, so until Readrics hold, then play the White March, and then do everything like I gave in order. Your choice how you want to do it. The only thing that's left for us to cover is the White March, but the entire campaign is done. What you need to do before you start the White March: clean all the bounties. I showed you the location of every single bounty. Get all the soulbound items from the trader in Anslogs Compass. Finish all the loose ends, all quests in the Defiance Bay, in the Dyrford Village, in the Twin Elms. So finish everything there is. Clean the journal to the max before you open the White March. Once you open the White March, also at the time the swamp will open in the middle of the White March. There's 2 DLCs in the White March, White March 1 and White March 2. And this is how White March 1 and 2 combined look like. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different areas to visit, or better to say 8 more maps with a lot of dungeon crawling as well. So, we did the entire main map, main campaign, we did everything that exists, and now it's time to open up the DLC, and the first one will start in the White March 1 DLC into Stalwart Village. This is the main hub of the DLC. You don't go back to Caed Nua anymore, this is your main hub. Here we are at Stalwart Village. It's under attack, so all of these exclamation points would be enemies. They are all easy fights, one slightly harder fight, and then the boss fight all the way to the left. Make sure that you do all of these easy fights, collect all the crafting materials and chests before you fight the boss. Once we win against the boss, we save the village, and the Stalwart Village opens up as a main hub. So once we open up the Stalwart Village as a main hub, what we need to do basically is to recruit companions, Zahwa and Maneha, so Monk and Barbarian, because they got their own personal quests in the White March 1 and 2 DLCs. And then we need to collect all of the quests. So starting up from this Burning House event, we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna do the Liquor quest with the NPC. We're gonna get the Helm quest with this trader over here. We're gonna get the Missing Item quest. We're gonna get the Calibration quest. So everywhere where I placed this question marks for the quests, that's what you need to visit on the map and collect all quests, then enter the inn. Once inside the inn, that will be the white door, collect the Lost Cargo quest. You see the colors where you need to go and what's connected to what. And later on there is the main quest as well with the NPC inside of the inn. You have plenty of chests as well, and in the inn as well, when we go to the basement, there's gonna be 7 traps in a room, as well as bunch of chests. In one of those chests would be the missing liquor for the NPC outside, and then the quest continues. Also, once we get out of the inn, we can go to the yellow house over here. Inside, again, there's gonna be 2 quests. Speak with all the NPCs, get out, go to the green one. Again, there's gonna be a quest here for much later on, how to open up the Durgans Battery. So this is for later on. I'll tell you when to go here and what to do. Also, this is Galvino's quest later on, when you're gonna need to access the fishery. And what we got is the temple, dark blue door, where we get an NPC to speak with and to start the quest with missing item. Then you need to eavesdrop and basically resolve the quest. Yeah. Also, there is a bounty giver here in the White March 1 in Stalwart Village DLC with 4 bounties for White March 1. So the most important thing, again, recruit 2 companions and trigger all the quests in the city. There's a lot of talking, okay? So prepare to remain here for at least an hour or 2 until you collect all of these quests, and until everything is done, do not leave the area, and also check the trader for new gear in Stalwart Village. It is time that we exit Stalwart Village, no matter from what side you exit. Let's go to the map and see what to do next. So from Stalwart Village, first we can go to Russetwood or Longwatch Falls. Longwatch Falls is better because it has a lot of great soul-bound weapons. So the very first map that we're gonna do from the Stalwart Village, we're gonna exit north from Stalwart Village and we're gonna go straight to Longwatch Falls to collect those great soul-bound weapons. Here we are at the Longwatch Falls. Party will start from here. You collect the Mysterious Death quest and you go straight to the right where you're gonna get a first soul-bound staff in a game. Great on a lot of characters. After that we're gonna continue up here. We pass all the way down the bridge, all the way up, and we're gonna do the soulbound Estok. Now we got 2 soulbound weapons, equip them and start clearing out the entire map. Or better to say, start clearing out everything, including the bounty, including this disgusting fights over here, then Lagofets all the way up northwest. Then there is a Pearl quest as well as the solution to the Mysterious Death as well in this area. So finish all of it, collect the chests, collect all the crafting materials and whatnot, and once we're done with the entire map and with the both bounties, then we're gonna go down and we're gonna enter the cave. Inside the cave there is a dragon. Very, very hard fight. Good luck with the fight. Rewards are great after this boss fight with the dragon. And by that we're done with Longwatch Falls. We're gonna go back to Stalwart Village, finish all the quests that we can. Basically backtracking a journal, okay, with Stalwart Village, what quests you can finish from Longwatch Falls, and now we're gonna exit west from Longwatch Falls and we're gonna go to Russetwood, and now we're gonna finish a bunch of quests in Russetwood as well. Alright, here we are at Russetwood. Russetwood is a huge area. Russetwood also contains the Silver Arrow for Soulbound Bow. You need to collect 2 things in order to get the soulbound weapon, so the first part is right over here. There's a lot of encounters. You see where the exclamation points are. They're like 2 very hard encounters, the rest are mediocre or easy encounters. So now if you remember from Stalwart Village, there's also the missing item quest right in the middle of the map, as well as the Orlan quest from the inn right over here. Resolve these 2 quests and explore everywhere, get all the crafting materials. You see where the secrets are with a question mark. There's a bunch of secrets. And there is a note to find the very good grimoire quest. So don't forget to get the note. Once later on, you're gonna be able to find a great grimoire for Alat. As far as the other quests go, there is the werewolf quest as well as the liquor quest, so everything is covered here. Once we get Devil of Karok companion, that's gonna be later on in the game as well, in Durgans Battery, you're gonna need to come back here with the Devil of Karok and finish her quest, rogue companion quest. So I guess I covered all quests in the game. There's also the bounty later on in this area. Anyways, once we're doing the werewolf, we pass through the cave here, we enter, deal with the werewolf, complete the quest, get out. We're gonna finish it back in Stalwart, of course. And here, where the purple door is, we enter the upper cavern where the ogres are, because the main problem of Stalwart are ogres. Yeah, you need to deal with ogres. So from the purple door here in a cave, we go, deal with traps, get the XP, get down, finish all of these fights down here, okay? Collect everything there is, and there are 2 ways down now. From the passage over here, where the white door is, which is gonna teleport us in the lower cavern, right over here, but that's gonna be an ambush. So we don't want that. What we want is to clear this entire map like this, okay? Clear these 2 encounters, loot, and then go here to the yellow door. Now we are here, there is no ambush, and we can explore the lower cavern in detail. Yeah, so first we're gonna do this fight, get the chest, get up here, also do the fights, get the chest, we get the Garrott's helmet, okay, very important quest, later on for the Stalwart Village, of course, and we finish all of these fights here, disarm the traps, go down there, there's a secret, some combat with Lagufets, clear everything, there's a lot of combat to be more precise, like 5 encounters, clear, get the chest, get back, go up here through these traps, disarm, clear the fight, and enter this door. This door will lead us straight behind the boss of ogres, behind their back. Your choice how you wanna deal with ogres, whether you wanna kill them or make a deal with them. If you're already max level by now or close to being max level, level 14, 15, 16, maybe it's best that you keep those ogres, so you're gonna have backup later on in the game. Well, ogres will help you a bit. Your choice again, you can also kill them, collect, finish the quest. Again, choices and consequences, do how you see fit. We clear the room, no matter how, conversation or fighting. We get out and we go back to Stalwart Village. Why do we go back again to Stalwart Village? Because we finished bunch of quests, okay? Outside in Russetwood, over here with ogres, that's a lot of XP, okay? Plus the bounties and whatnot. You're probably max level by now, if you did everything like I gave in this guide from start to finish for the main campaign. This should get you max level as well. So, let's go to Stalwart Village. From Russetwood, we're going up east to Stalwart Village. So, it's very important now that we dealt with both of those huge maps that we go everywhere, visit all of these NPCs, okay, with the werewolf quest, with Orlan, with the missing item, with the helmet piece that we found in Ogre's Cave, with the liquor quest, everything that exists. Basically, go to every single NPC that you see here, close the quests before we go to Durgans Battery. Once you close all of these quests, rest in the inn and exit here north to Durgans Battery. So now we're going from Stalwart Village north to Durgans Battery, the main area of the game. As far as the Iron Flail Fort, Gaeton Scar, Whitestone Hollow and the Abbey of the Fallen Moon goes, that's for the White Marsh DLC too. So everything that you can see now in White Marsh 1 are these 4 maps: Russetwood, Stalwart Village, Longwatch Falls and Durgans Battery. Durgans Battery is huge, so let's begin and finish with White Marsh 1 DLC. Here we are at Durgans Battery and the final area of the game. It consists out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mini maps, or better to say 7 dungeons in the big open area. So we start from over here. Our party goes, collects all the crafting materials. The secret, we clear 1, 2 encounters, get the crafting materials, speak with the NPC, save him. Go to the ogres, speak with them, enter the cave where the blue doors are. Here, inside the cave, are calibration quests from the Stalwart Village. Finish the calibrations, okay? Deal with enemies inside, get the secret over here, exit on the other door. The other door would be this one. Here, there is a lost cargo quest from the inn in Stalwart. Deal with the lost cargo quest, do the question mark, or better to say hidden item, hidden gear, get all the chests, get up, clear the encounter, collect all the crafting materials around Durgans Battery. Do not enter Durgans Battery, that's the main quest. Go down the bridge here, clear the bounty, get the enemies over here, then collect everything here, get up the tower, go on the upper floor of the tower, finish the calibration quest for the Stalwart Village, and then there is the hunting bow. We found the arrow on a previous map, now there's a bow, and bam, you got another soulbound weapon. Yeah, get down, go here, all the way back down the road. There is the merchant here, speak with him, trade if you want to, collect all the items. And right here would be the best grimoire in the game for a wizard, if you play a wizard, or better to say for a lot. Collect the grimoire, then go here all the way north, collect the soulbound greatsword as well. There's also a great soulbound greatsword here, and right over here is a very disgusting encounter as well as a secret. Loot the chest, get back, enter Galvino's hut, cause now we want to recruit the last companion in the game, Devil of Karok, as a rogue. So we enter the Galvino's hut. This would be Galvino cabin. From the orange door, we're right over here. We're going up, disarm the trap, disarm the other one, loot, get down through the yellow door, and this would be Galvino workshop where the Devil of Karok is. So from over here, there's a bunch of traps, disarm all, loot everything like you see here. There's also a bunch of levers that you're gonna pull, trigger 2 boss fights over here basically. There's a lot of exploding mannequins here, so clear them all out, complete the entire area, or everything there is basically, loot There's a lot of loot. And once you're done with all of this here, then you're gonna pull this lever, clear this entire area here, and now you're gonna enter the room where Galvino is, speak with Galvino, and you're gonna recruit Devil of Karok as the companion, the last companion in the game. And we can now say that Galvino's workshop, the cave, Galvino cabin, and the entire outside of Durgans Battery is done. What's left now is to go back to Stalwart Village, finish all the quests, prepare the soulbound gear, put all the items on the companions that you're gonna need, those that you decide to play with, of course, take a rest, and come back to Durgans Battery again. Once you got the XP out of that, you should definitely be level 16, max level by then. Go back to Durgans Battery from Stalwart Village after the rest. Go straight here to the door. The password is, once the puzzle starts, 11222212. The door opens and you can access the Durgans Battery. The very first thing from the white door that we're gonna enter is the Great Hall. We don't explore the Great Hall, we're gonna turn left immediately and go to the Great Door. Great Door is the upper part of Durgans Battery where the two chests are. Collect those chests, go back down the Great Door and come here at the middle. Do the secret, collect. There's, of course, you need mechanics to spot all of these secrets, very high mechanics. Okay, so max out mechanics on one character and clear the map. What is here? Bunch of secrets, bunch of hidden items, a lot of encounters, a lot of traps for the XP, and there is the last part of the helmet. If you remember where they found two parts, it's scattered throughout all the maps in White March 1. This is where the last part is, and you get the helmet now. A very good helmet. So once we're done with this part, there's also a secret here, bunch of chests. We trigger the final encounter to open the door. There's gonna be like a mini boss here, and the door opens to the mines. The mines lead to the foundry, so now we need to finish the mines. Inside the mines, we start from over here, straight up into a disgusting encounter, as well as the ambush, so be careful. Maybe it's best to drag enemies behind and then start fighting, because the ambush will now, all of them will transfer here to come through the bridge, and you won't get ambushed like an idiot on the bridge. Yeah, so trigger with one character here. We go down. We finish this. There is a bunch of puzzles, or better to say the ice cave puzzle. How you're supposed to do it, very simple. You need to find the parts for this segment over here. So you need a sword, the shield, and the helmet. I showed you where they are. One is here, one is here, and the last one is here. How do you reach the last one? Through the brown door, right over here. It has the minecart, which is gonna teleport you here, so you can complete this. And once you're inside the room, you do all of this, place the sword, the shield, and the helmet in this order, disarm the two traps, get the soulbound mace, the last soulbound weapon in the White March 1 DLC. Once we get a soulbound mace, you can go over here, you can loot everything there is, clear all the encounters and so on, and here where the green puzzle is, that's where the key is. You can find the key in the chest, you open the door, and you enter the foundry. Once inside the foundry, so from the light blue door, we're going right over here and we're starting to clear up everything there is. Basically, we want to clear this entire segment like this, collect everything there is, get to the purple puzzle. The answers that you need to give on the puzzle are 3, 2, 2, and then you're gonna receive a reward. Once we're done with this area, once we loot all of this, there is a disgusting encounter here and there is a disgusting ambush. So once you enter the room with all of these chests, ambush will trigger, so be careful, it's a hard fight. Then you go down here, collect the key, collect the trap, disarm the trap, get the chest, and once you're here, and once you finish this fight, the final area, or better to say the foundry, is left with a big boss battle and the end of White March 1, where you can loot all of this and finish the fight, where Durgans Battery will open. Once you're done with it, you're gonna be able to upgrade your weapons to the max for the White March Part 2. So once you finish this, go back to Stalwart Village. From Stalwart Village, go back to Caed Nua. So, from Durgans Battery, we go to Stalwart Village, we finish all the loose ends, we complete all quests, Stalwart Village is saved, we have Durgans Battery for Stalwart Village. Once you exit Stalwart Village and go back to Caed Nua and rest, White March 2 DLC opens up and you get an invitation to go back to Stalwart Village again. And that's about it. The next thing that we're gonna do now is the White Marsh Part 2, or better to say, these 4 maps are new. Let's go back to Stalwart Village again and see what's happening. After we're done with the White Marsh 1 DLC, once we go back to Caed Nua, we receive an invitation to visit Stalwart Village again, and this time Stalwart Village has a different problem for the White Marsh 2. The DLC 2 starts again in Stalwart Village after you rest in Caed Nua. Let's go to Stalwart Village again. Same what I said about Stalwart Village in the White Marsh DLC 1, I can say the same for Stalwart Village in the DLC 2. This is the Stalwart Village from the White Marsh DLC Part 2. So again we're in the same village, and again we do the same thing like in White Marsh 1. We go from NPC to NPC and we collect all quests, okay, including that we need to get in the inn. Pay attention on the color of the door, pick up the quest for the Bleak Paladins, pick up the quest for Nesta, okay? Then we're gonna go to the temple, we're gonna get to the green door, and this is now the Shrine of Abaddon, where we pick up the quest for the hammer. That's also very important to do. We need to find the hammer, okay? Then in the middle of the map, we're gonna pick up the quest for the missing kid, and the new bounties, new batch of bounties, 3 or 4 new bounties are now at this location over here. This would be the last bounties in the game. You can do them just for the combat and so on, but by now you don't need any more coin or experience, so you can do them for the challenge this time. And a new NPC spawns on the left side of the map that's gonna unlock a new map. What's the map? A new NPC gives you an info about Mowrghek IEN, or better to say, the swamp that's outside of the White Marsh. The map is now the part of the main campaign, and this is the map that we're gonna need to do, the swamps. Of course, we're not doing it immediately. First, we're gonna finish with Stalwart Village. Visit all of the houses, speak with all NPCs, there's basically nothing to loot, just collect all quests, then do the Nesta quest first. Why? It's very important because it unlocks the mines. So with Nesta, we need to move in the inn. In the inn, we finish Nesta's quest, then we go to the fishery, finish Nesta's quest, and then Nesta goes all the way up to the yellow door here, or better to say to the Stalwart Mines, where the entire quest begins. So this is how we open up the mines, and this is what we need to do. Okay, also the main quest in Stalwart Village starts right over here. Now, depends who you saved in White Marsh 1, but in White Marsh 2 the light blue door will become a shop. So in the shop there is a great soulbound crossbow as well, so pay attention. It really depends what you did in the event here, what weapons will spawn in the shop, but check the shop. There's some very good items here, as well as all the chest locations. Of course, new chest locations. You don't need to loot Stalwart Village again, it counts for White Marsh 1 as well, so crafting materials and chests are not included on this map because you looted everything in the previous DLC. Anyways, I said we collect all quests, we do Nesta, inn, fishery, open up mines, speak with Nesta again, go to the left, speak with all of the NPCs here, and the Stalwart Mine begins. You go up forward, finding clues right over here, a small fight in the middle, you speak with NPC here, collect the chests and so on. Then we're gonna go to the right, collect all of this, pass the bridge, plenty of combat, clear all the encounters. There's like 2 or 3 harder encounters, 1 extremely hard encounter, pick up all the chests, do everything there is here. Once you win the encounter, you receive an event to explore the Stalwart Mines in detail. Everything is connected with Nesta, of course, and with all of these question marks I gave everything around here. So enter the white door, it's gonna transfer you to luminescent caves. This is the start of the map. You need to clear the entire caves before you enter the middle and finish the map. So go from the north, clear the encounters, remove the traps, pay attention, there's a lot of encounters by the way. There's one disgusting encounter at the beginning of the map right over here in the upper right corner. Then you go to the left, clear these encounters, collect the chests and so on, pass crazy hard encounter in the middle. Once you win, you don't go to the door, you're gonna go to the bottom, you finish all of this crazy encounter again, and bunch of traps, collect all of this, take this hidden object here because it's gonna allow you to speak with the NPC up here. So once we take the hidden object, we go up, clean the encounters. There's a lot of crazy hard encounters in the White Marsh 2, especially in the mines. Once we clear all of these encounters, speak with the NPC, he's gonna give you how and to resolve the mines crisis, with also an option to unlock the area in the middle. We clear the final encounter here, we go to the middle, and we enter where the big boss fight awaits, so we can clear the infestation in mines. And that would be the Stalwart Village. After you're done, you want to go back to Nesta and you finish the quest. Your choice how you want to finish the quest, whether you're gonna tell the truth, what happened in the mines, or you're gonna lie. Again, choices and consequences, do how you see fit. I explained what to do and in what order in Stalwart. Now, when we are done with everything in Stalwart, we did the main quest with the mines, we collected all quests here. It is time that we do a separate map on the main campaign map, or better to say, it's time to go to the swamp. So from the Stalwart Village, we exit Dyrwood and we go straight to Mowrghek IEN, or better to say, we're going to the swamp. Let's visit the map and clear it out. You are supposed to be maximum level 16 for this map, because it's extremely hard map. Here we are at the swamp. This is where you begin the map. You're gonna loot all of the crafting materials, clear the encounters everywhere in the first segment of this area. So northeast part of the map, you're gonna clear everything there is, collect all chests, you see where the hardest encounter is, and you're gonna speak with the NPC and collect the quest. This is also a merchant trade if you want to. Once you collect the quest, we're gonna go down south, we're going down here, clearing the encounters, and then another quest, but we need a solution of how to set the NPC free, so we're just gonna ignore this and we're gonna move left. There is the hidden object as well. Collect all of these chests, fight all of these encounters, disarm the traps, clear all of this, okay, collect everything you need. Then inside of this chest and inside of this chest are clues of how you're supposed to set this idiot free. Once you have these two chests and once you find what's inside and clear the hard encounters, you want to go back all the way down, set this one free, then go back to the trader and collect your reward. Now, also here up the stairs, then we go down, also one ambush, one very good item inside of the chest, and we get out. And now we can say that we cleared the entire map. The only thing that's left is the final area. Yeah, the final area, I don't want to spoil, you can already tell what it is. There's a big boss with 2 dragons, but that's enough, I won't say anything else. You see where the crafting materials are. Good luck with the fight, it's extremely hard. So this is the ultimate test of how good your builds are. If you followed my builds, you don't have any problems here, yeah. So up we go back to the White Marsh 2 DLC, and let's see what to do after the Stalwart Village. So we're back in Stalwart Village in the White Marsh 2. Finish all the loose ends, all the quests that you can, especially the one with the NPC that gave you the swamp area. And once we're done with this, now it is time that we go to Durgans Battery again, because that's where the main quest takes us now. So we're going straight up north to Durgans Battery. Alright, here we are at Durgans Battery for the White Marsh 2. Nesta is here again, and this time we want to check out what's happening everywhere around here. So basically this is an empty map, there is nothing to loot, there is nowhere to go. All we need to do is resolve the cannons, make them available again at Durgans Battery for the Stalwart Village to get their defenses back. And what we want to do is speak with the NPC in front of the Durgans Battery for the cannons quest. Enter the white door here. It's gonna take us straight to the Great Hall. From the Great Hall, we take the secret here. We speak with the trader, collect all chests, you see how it is. Once you collect everything there is here, we go to the yellow door. From the yellow door, we're going up. Okay, this here on the balcony. And then we're taking the green door where we're gonna access the west tower, lower area of the west tower, and this is where we begin, where the green door is. From this point on, we clear the encounters, get the chest, get the key, clear all the encounters, go up here, take the secret here, take the chest, clear the encounters, go down, pull the lever, enter, clear everything here, collect everything there is, get the rust dissolver, because we're gonna need it for the elevator. Then from the poison area, we're entering here, we're gonna come in this room, clean the fight, remove the poison, get the cog, Then with a cog and with a dissolver, once we clear everything and loot all, we're going here where the blue door is, or better to say the elevator. We repair the elevator, pull the lever. In the elevator there's two options. You can pass through conversation without a fight, or you can have a very nasty ambush. Anyways, once you reach the top, what you get is a huge boss fight, and you resolve the cannons, you make them work again, okay? You do the main quest for the Stalwart Village in Durgans Battery, and you find a great soulbound shield. After that, you can visit the foundry, speak with Nesta, speak with the NPC, clear everything here, upgrade weapons in the forge, okay? Because the game will take you to the foundry. And now you go back to Stalwart Village to finish off all the quests, and let's see what to do next. Now, from Durgans Battery back to Stalwart Village, speak with all NPCs, check the journal, finish off all the quests, and the next area that we're gonna visit is Zahua's area, okay? So we finish Zahua's quest, the companion monk quest in the Whitestone Hollow. So from the Stalwart Village, we're going east to Whitestone Hollow. Let's visit the map. This would be the Whitestone Hollow. It consists out of two dimensions basically. The first one is when you play as Zahua, when you play like drunk, okay? And what you need to do is trigger the Zahua's quest from the starting point, speak with all of these NPCs where I put a yellow question mark. And once you move to the every area that has yellow question mark, the main area will open up where you're gonna go down with Zahua, okay? And you resolve Zahua's quest. And then you're gonna see how the real map looks like. It's gonna look like this. Okay, so you are like in a dreamlike area until you finish all of these yellow question marks. Once you're done, then forget about the yellow question marks. Then you check out all of these encounters that I placed on the map, all of the crafting materials. There is a soulbound armor, and it's very good. So you can go up here north first, all of these traps, clear the encounter, get a soulbound armor. Then you go down, there is an extremely hard quest here, as well as two bounties. You see the locations of bounties. And then you're gonna go down, loot all of this, go to the right. There is a secret down here. Then two quests. One of the quests, the Bleak Paladins, is from the Stalwart Village. So it starts here and it ends up in the hut where you're gonna get clues of where they are. Okay, just clear everything there is. And the other one is for the missing kid. The missing kid is straight up here north in the cave where you're gonna resolve the missing kid quest as well. But the Bleak Paladins continues. Where is the end of the quest for the Bleak Paladins? The end of the quest for the Bleak Paladins is in Dyrford Village on the main campaign map. Okay, so if you remember the windmill, this is where you finish up the Bleak Paladins quest. And then when we finish the Bleak Paladins, and when we do the missing kid quest, and when we do the Zahua quest, and we get the soulbound armor and all the bounties, and we clear everything there is, we're going back to Stalwart Village to finish off all of those quests. Okay, just to close them off. Get the rewards, basically. Now, once we're done with the Whitestone Hollow, with Durgans Battery, and we did all the quests Stalwart Village, and we did the Bleak Paladins in a windmill and whatnot, it is time to visit the Iron Flail Fort. This is the next area that's available in the game. So, this is the main quest from this moment on, and let's go to the Iron Flail Fort now. So that would be west-north of the Durgans Battery. This would be the Iron Flail Fort. You're gonna start right from here and you're gonna finish the right part of the map. All of these encounters, you're gonna clear them. Then you're gonna go collect the crafting materials, all the chests. You're gonna circle around the fort basically and do everything there is and collect everything there is. Once you clear the entire area around the fort, you're gonna use the green door here. You're gonna pass, and now you got two options. The first option is to kill everyone, okay, and loot everything. And then you go to the boss inside of the command post, which would be the main quest. That's the first option. The second option is to get in and just sneak and enter this. They're all gonna be dead after it anyways. So this is your option of how you want to do it. You see there's like 1 million encounters inside. It's a lot of fighting, okay, but it's also a lot of items. If you need money, you want to kill. If you don't need money anymore, and I guess you don't, you just want to sneak and enter the main quest here with a hut, with a command post, and just do the boss fight inside. Also, what's very important to say, there's extremely 2 hard fights if you decide to fight here, and once you do the boss, collect all of the chests and the secret and finish the quest, the immediate moment when you get out of the command post, you're gonna get ambushed with another boss fight, so have in mind that you need to be ready and to spend less resources inside of the boss fight with a command post, okay? So once you get out, you'll have some resources for the next boss fight. Have that in mind as well. Anyways, that's the main quest, and this is the Iron Flail Fort, how everything looks like, what you can loot and where you can go to. Don't forget the question marks for the hidden items as well. Once we're done with the Iron Flail Fort, we're going back to Stalwart Village to get the new main quest. And the new main quest from the Stalwart Village will now take us to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. This map will get unlocked, so now we're going to Stalwart Village, finish up all the quests again, rest, and we go to Durgans Battery, the northeast from Durgans Battery. We go straight to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Let's go to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. The Abbey of the Fallen Moon is by far the most confusing map in the game. Not only that it's most confusing map in the game, it's also huge. So you see how it looks like. This is the outside of the Abbey and the inside of the Abbey. So how we gonna do it? From the start, we speak with the NPC. Now, if you're smart, you won't trigger all of these enemies. You're just gonna act friendly with the NPC. You're gonna tell them you're a friend, and you won't fight. Because you won't need to fight them, because you are max level. There is no need to waste time to kill like 50 of them outside. Really, just speak, don't fight, and enter one of these doors here. We need to get to the halls of presence, okay? Also, don't forget to loot all the chests, don't forget to loot everything there is, collect crafting materials and so on. You see where the shortcuts are, etc. The very first thing that we want to visit is the wall here for the puzzle, so we get the clue about the puzzle that's gonna be inside. Now we enter the green door. From the green door, you see how many enemies there are, so they can easily become aggressive in the halls of presence. So this is, if you want to fight, you're gonna enter the green door, and all of them here will become extremely aggressive. What you need to do, basically, is enter the blue door and go straight through this NPC, get the info, and go and speak with the main guy of this cult, okay? Because this is, I believe it was Ondras cult. Anyways, once you speak with him, you have the puzzle quest, the answers, how you can get him, and the answers are same on the flood, gift bearer, and I have none. Those would be the answers for his puzzle. How do you get the clues? You get the clues by completing the library and by reading the books that you're gonna find in the library. Also, you gotta have Manecha in your team for her own personal quest inside of this room in the halls of presence. Once we clear all of this, you're gonna receive from the leader of the cult, you're gonna receive a mission to flood the entire halls of silence. This is your choice whether you wanna flood or not, okay? So he sends you to the halls of silence, and you start here. These enemies won't be aggressive anymore, okay? They're gonna remain blind to you. Just loot everything there is. You see where the chests are, hidden items and so on. Enter here, go down, clear all of this. There is an extremely hard encounter down as well. Clear it, do this, exit the yellow door, collect the crafting material, get back to the halls of silence, go up here, pull the lever, there's gonna be an ambush. Now you wanna pass through all of this, speak with the NPC, go up here, do all of this, pass like this, fight, and there is the yellow puzzle, which would be another clue. This is the solution outside, and the solution for the yellow puzzle is the answers: City in Flames, Tidal Wave, Barren Shore, Flourishing City. Once you click this 4, the bridge will open up, you can pass, and you can pick whether you want to release the flood or not. This is your choice. No matter how you put it, you're gonna end up, he's gonna get mad, you're gonna end up in front of this area here. You see where the door is that leads to this area upstairs. You fight the boss, and you go up here. You reforge the Abaddon's Hammer, because you're gonna need it for the end game. This is the main quest after all. You're here to reforge the Abaddon's Hammer that you need to use along the way for the last area in the game. Clear everything there is, collect everything there is, and exit through the white door. Go back, straight, blue door, exit the area, and you're done with the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. As I said, it's extremely confusing because it has a lot of puzzles and a lot of doors, a lot of entrances. You can do it in plethora of different ways. You see the color of the doors and where they lead to on each map. Pick how you want to do it, whether you want to do it by brute force, whether you want to do it through conversation. Anyways, you are here to collect the Abaddon's Hammer, and you need to pass through the monks here if you want to do the Abaddon's Hammer, if you want to collect the Abaddon's Hammer. I gave you all the clues, what's the password, where are the books, what you need to read, where you need to get info. Absolutely every single area is covered, and of course, loot all the chests and find all the secrets if you can't see the secrets with maxed out mechanics. Maybe because it's mega late game, you wanna need to use those consumables that boost mechanics in order to spot all of these secrets and collect all of the items. Once we're done with the Abbey of the Fallen Moon, we're gonna go back to Stalwart Village, speak with everyone, with all NPCs, close all quests that exist, and the final area in the game will open up, or better to say the final area for the DLC will open up, and that would be Caed Scar. The Caed Scar is where the DLC 2 ends. Let's visit Caed Scar now. So, this is where you start in Caed Scar, the final area of the DLC. You collect the crafting materials, you fight all of these fights, you have the Abaddon Hammer now, which means that you can whack most of the enemies here. They don't possess a huge threat anymore, but there's a lot of hard fights. No matter how you put it, you see that there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard fights, 7 mediocre fights and only 1 easy fight. So it is a hard area, but you will be strong enough because you're maximum level with maxed out gear as well. Yeah, don't forget to max out your gear in the forge before you enter the area as well in Durgans Battery. And once we do all of this, we got 2 ways to go. One is to cross and go straight over here. You see where the crossing is. The other one is to go from the north, clear all the encounters, deal with the traps, collect the chests and so on. Then go down, clear everything there is. There is no loot. Basically, this is combat map, to be more precise. Once you clear the final encounter, you enter the cave. Inside the cave, Yoni Brother Fragment Cave. That's the name of the cave. We go down here. We do this easy encounter, then 2 mediocre encounters, 1 extremely hard encounter, the last chest in the DLC, 1 easy encounter, and we succumb straight to the boss fight. It is your choice how you want to resolve this. I don't want to spoil. You can already tell what the boss is. So anyways, this is how we finish the White Marsh 2 DLC. After you do this, you wanna go back to Stalwart Village, finish with all NPCs, close all quests, say goodbye to the DLC, click on the Dyrwood, and now from the Dyrwood, when we enter the main campaign area, we go back to Caed Nua, we speak with everyone, with companions, basically to say goodbye to everyone, yeah. We speak with a statue, we rest, we prepare, you put up your final gear and the final shoes, and where we're gonna go is the Burial Isle in the Twin Elms, where the game ends. So how do we access the Burial Isle? Through Old Song. So when we enter Old Song, we go here to this NPC and we speak with him, we get on a boat and he sends us to the Burial Isles where the game ends. Let's go to the Burial Isles. The Burial Isles is the last area in the game. You start from here, collect the main quest, collect all the crafting materials, do all the fights here. You see where the encounters are. This is where also your druid, companion druid Hiravia's quest ends, in this area here. So you can finish all of this as well. All of the mini encounters, collect this, 1 harder encounter here, collect the crafting materials. And up here, we need to succumb, get down, and it's gonna take us to Braith Eman. In Braith Eman, there's a bunch of traps, there's a lot of combat as well. Anyways, we need these 2 secrets, we need to clear all of this out, go like this, trigger the main quest, do all of these things out here, collect this, there is 1 harder encounter as well. Anyways, we need to reach the White Door. White Door leads us to the Sun in Shadow, the final big dungeon in the game, and from here we start with the Sun in Shadow, we trigger the main quest, collect this, 1 extremely hard encounter here, there is a secret as well, the final secret I believe in the game, collect the chests, get down, do all of this, the final hard encounter as well, yeah, and collect these things, go down, the final encounter, stand here, enter the yellow door, and the final boss of the game, or better to say Taos, is awaiting for you so you can finish your journey. That would be the entire game. I tried my best to give you the entire game on the platter. I know it's a huge walkthrough, a huge guide, but it really covers everything. It covers routing, it covers all options, it covers all soulbound gear, we covered all quests, all encounters, every single crafting material, secret and chest in the game. It took like months for me to do a guide like this, and this is my biggest guide so far that I released on the channel. So please, if you enjoyed the video and if you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.